And we are back again, ladies and gentlemen, children of all ages. UTR proudly presents Talk Yo Shit. Did you miss us? We missed y'all. So with that being said, tonight is Who's the Villain? Who is the villain? We got plenty of shows, plenty of movies, and we gonna talk about who's the villain, and y'all give us who's the villain in y'all world, basically. And we're going to give y'all who the villain is in our world at the end of the day. So with that being said, I'm going to pass the baton off to the lovely professor, if you would please.
How you doing? How you feeling? As he said, you know what this is, who's the villain? You tell me who the villain in your story in that show. Everybody's perception is different. So tell us who you think it is and tell us why you think it's that person. And with that being said, we're going to get started. So the first movie... Nah, I'm going to have to get this out the way. The first TV show is Good Times.
I knew you were going to say that.
The first TV show is Good Times. I'm going to go ahead and get that one out the way. First one is Good Times. Tell me who y'all got.
We're literally going to say all the same answer. I can't.
On the count of three. 1, 2, 3. Florida Evans.
Florida Evans.
We also the same answer. Let's go to comments. I'm just
Yeah, but Florida Evans is definitely the villain. And
she's definitely the villain, but James is too, because he never had a backbone. Like, he always gave in to her bullshit. Think about it. Oh, James, don't do this. Oh, James, okay, she's not gonna do it. Oh, don't turn the money in. He turned in the money. Turn the money in. He turns in the money. It's just like, at some point, I needed him to stand up, and stand on business with certain shit. And he didn't do that for me. But she definitely was the villain. You know what? I'm just saying. In my opinion.
It was always in the sake of being like a good Christian. I'm not going to go into that. But it was just always in the sake of doing the right thing. Even when it was a situation where it's like, we can do the wrong thing. There's nothing wrong with that. But it was almost like she just always had this freaking morality about everything, and it was just, I mean, you could do a couple of bad things. It's not going to.
I'm about to say, what morality? She left her kids to go marry somebody else and left them for a whole year by themselves. So what morality?
You know what? Never mind on that. You're absolutely correct.
Like I said, fuck Florida Evans. I've been saying that for years. Like, I couldn't stand Florida Evans. She was primarily the reason why that family stayed broke, and everybody did not want to believe that. Everybody was, oh, she's the epitome of a black strong mother. No, she's not.
There are plenty of examples of that.
She was not the epitome of a black strong mother. Yeah, she's strong, all right, but shit, she kept her family broke. I don't know not one person that would want to give back $25,000 if they found it. And then you get $25 for finding the shit. Man, please don't ever insult me like that.
But you know, I can't even quite say that though, because we have heard of stories of people finding lump sums of money like that and actually giving it back and getting like
I know that
in books. So it ain't just her; it's just anybody who makes that decision. It's like,
but you gotta look like this: they were property, and she kept it that way. She fucking kept it that way because there were so many times where they could have got out. You say, "Oh, I want to send Michael to this school because it's a good school," but you want to stay in the ghetto. It's crazy.
Mm-hmm. Personally, I think she the reason why James died. If you really want to be honest.
Damn.
Look, James died, married to somebody else, had 2 kids, and owned a business. He got out the hood.
Right.
He got out good. I'm just saying.
I'm about to say yeah, and then
Faked his death. He didn't
then
really die. He
his
faked his
then
death.
his
If you know, you know.
his new daughter found a prince and got married and had and lived a life of luxury. Now I don't know what the second daughter did. Never
She
brought her
dated
back.
the fake prince.
Oh no, she did the Jerry Curl King, Jerry Curl Prince. But anyway, another story, another day. But with all that being
I'm just
said,
saying. James was a little of the villain too, because he didn't stand up. Or just throw a monkey wrench in it. JJ was a villain towards the ending because they almost made it out, and he fucked up Owen knee, and then they all was staying in the project after that. JJ was a villain too towards the
well, he fucked up Thelma shit. He didn't fuck up his shit. He fucked up Thelma
but he
shit.
was going to eventually get all of them out, so he really fucked it up for all of them. Just saying.
Maybe so.
But you have to rank it.
I'm about to say, anybody else got anything to say about Florida?
No, I'm good.
It's a hot
Pretty
shit.
much everything is pretty much said in the nutshell. Like, she basically wanted to keep the family stuck. Like, I mean, it doesn't matter. I mean, you can have morality and whatnot, but you gotta want better. And deep down inside, her keeping her family in the same atmosphere for so long.
Yeah. Well, I was like epitome of a strong black woman, my ass. But anyway, on to the comments, Heather B. Let's hear it.
Alrighty. Zakia's in the building. What's up, Zakia? She said, "Good evening, good evening, UTR." Kristen is also in the building. She says, "Hey, Kristen."
What up, Chris?
Hey, Chris.
Christopher is also in the building. Welcome.
Hey, Chris.
And he says she wasn't shit.
Those are the facts. Got my guy.
Okay. Who was the villain in Welcome Home, Roscoe Jenkins? Who was the villain in Welcome Home, Roscoe Jenkins?
Initially,
his fiance. In my opinion, his fiance. Fiance wasn't she?
I'm gonna be honest.
She was one of my villains. She was one.
Right.
One of them.
But I got two more.
And
I
also
his father.
I said his father, and then his
Ooh.
brother.
Sorry, me. Sorry.
His father and his brother.
Yeah. Now that I'm thinking about the movie, you're
I
right.
agree.
Because
I
his
agree.
daddy always put them against each other. The mama tried to make it, where everybody's just neutral. The daddy played off that shit, and we already know the fiance went shit.
Yeah.
and not to mention the favoritism he showed Clyde throughout the whole movie. That was a dead giveaway. Like, he showed more favoritism to him than to his own son, and you wonder why Roscoe went away and basically reinvented himself. At the end of the day,
it's like you didn't even realize that it had to take you getting all the way up to your anniversary celebration and your wife to tell you that you didn't give Roscoe you didn't even give Roscoe a chance. And like, you are one of the reasons that he became, he came up with that whole idea of me. Because at the end of the day, it's like all he wanted was some type of recognition from his father. And his father made it so hard for him to just get that, to the point where got these two motherfuckers sitting here old as hell doing a race with some kids. Come on now.
You also think too, like, he low-key was the villain to his son, because being that the fiance was in the picture, he really didn't pay too much attention to his son.
You're right.
So she had to get out of the picture for him to pay attention and understand his son. So he was part of a villain, but he wasn't the main villain, in my opinion.
I agree with that.
Agreed.
Aaron Beach.
And Mike Epps too. I couldn't stand his ass.
You guys touched all the points. I don't know what else to cover at this point, so I don't want to repeat anybody else's statement. But
no, but if you have something else to go with it,
no. I got nothing else to add at this point. So you guys, like I said, you guys covered it all. So I'm in agreement with you guys. I got nothing to dispute or even clash with you guys about. So we can keep it pushing unless Meech got something.
He shook his head. No, because
I already touched on my point.
That's all right. Some of these future topics, I'm gonna jump in first, just so y'all can't get the jump on me.
Get all the answers off.
Yeah, like and don't try to stop me when I get all my answers out because that's the answer you gonna say. But
no, we did because remember in the last episode we let you go ahead and just run them out
y'all over here being Usain Bolt on me while I'm just like, wow.
I'm sorry, I'm gonna stop because normally I answer last.
No. I do not want you guys to stop. I love it. Keep going. I'm gonna jump in where I see fit.
Right. Okay. That being said, can we run to the comments?
Yes. Wanisha's in the building. She says, "Hey, welcome back.
What's good?"
Christopher says, "The daddy." Mama Cookie is in the building.
Hey, Mama.
Hey, Mama Cookie.
Said, "Hey Z, how are you?" And then she also says, "Hey, my loves, good to see you guys. It's good to see you too." And Zakia, she says, "Hey, Mama Cookie." Wait, Cookie, doing good. How are you? Christopher says, low-key, if you make my fat ass run for your love, you, sir, are the villain. Darth Vader head ass.
Ouch.
And Mama Cookie says, I believe I'm doing very well. Thanks for asking.
Lord next. Okay. Home Alone. Who's the villain in Home Alone?
The parents.
Exactly. Aaron.
I was about to Usain Bolt your ass again, but I was like, I'm trying to give them. I'm like, look, I'm having a slow takeoff here. You go to get them.
I was gonna be smart and be like, which Home Alone we talking about? But no matter what, 1 and 2 and 3, the parents is always the villain. So at the end of the day, bad parenting. By me being a parent, I will never even if I have 25 kids, like the number one priority is being a parent is keeping up with your kids, and then not the fact that you lost your kid one time, but you lost your kid many more times in the same type of predicament. You guys are poor ass parents, and I hope CPS come find y'all and lock y'all up because at the end of the day, and let me give you another point too before y'all jump in. Y'all also raised a menace to society. For this little boy to move out the house.
Hey, he was my villain too, low key.
I mean, I'm talking, so let me get my points out before y'all get
I was agreeing with you. I was agreeing with you.
Y'all raising a little menace for this little boy to be this educated and this smart on how to outsmart 2 crooks, and make friends with a homeless lady in the park, to beat up concierge service at a hotel. You raise this boy. That boy grew up to be Jeffrey Dahmer. We did, Home Alone didn't tell y'all that, but that boy went from being Home Alone to Jeffrey Dahmer. And I'll stop right there. Y'all can. Oh, Z got a great point in the comments too.
No, that's fine. But let me get mine off right quick. Buzz and Fuller were villains.
You're right.
That's the brother and the cousin. And then the neighbor, that little boy that went over there fucking with their shit. And that's the reason why they counted his head to think that he was him. Shit. Those are the villains. The brother, the little boy that's the neighbor, and the cousin. Fuller, Buzz, and the neighbor. Those are villains too. Because that little boy was bad as shit. Why you all over there in these people's shit going through their luggages and stuff? And how come ain't nobody stop him? Y'all seen that he didn't belong to y'all. I know one of y'all had to realize that.
I mean, right. I'm just like, let's be honest. He had the same beanie. He had the same beanie as Kevin in the first place.
But that's what I'm saying. The little boy was a villain. You all in they shit. Yeah, they didn't win and counted you as one of the kids. You should have had your ass at home. Why are you at their house in they shit?
But then let's also be honest, the driver had something to do with that.
I just wanted to see the look on their face when he took that picture of the van. I just wanted to see who the fuck took this picture. That's all I wanted to see.
Who was the cameraman?
Who took this picture?
But then
that's all I wanted to say.
But going back to Aaron's thing about Kevin, he definitely was. Because why are you stopping in the middle? You could have did all that shit. You already had the stuff, so you could have put the damn batteries in when you got on the goddamn airplane. You the motherfucking reason why you got lost the second time, and your parents still ain't shit. Because why? They still didn't pay attention. You was with your daddy. Your daddy really ain't shit for the second one.
Well, I mean, you do have the dude who looked like who favored his father.
He chased the father.
Well,
Father should have been paying attention to make sure he was behind him.
He chased the guy who looked like his dad.
Yeah, but the daddy, as the parent, should have made sure that he was behind him. You know, if that parent was black, that little boy would have. First of all, he would have been holding his hand if the parent was black and telling him to bring your ass on, or probably snatching his ass and dragging him through the goddamn airport.
Well, first of all, if they were black, they would have been talking to that police through jail bars. If that's
definitely true. But I'm saying in the airport, he wouldn't have never got lost because they would have been dragging his ass through the airport, trying to get that time about hurry the hell up and dragging him through the airport. Let's just keep it a buck. You know, black folks don't play that shit.
And then, not to mention, I don't think a parent would let a kid hold their bag if it got that type of bread in it too. Bread and credit cards and all my personal shit. No, you ain't holding that bag. No, give me the bag and we gonna go. Like, so
y'all are traveling with a goddamn size of a football team. Would you not have better planning skills to navigate that motherfucking airport where you do not lose your child a second time? Like, that does not make any sense.
After they went through way too much money him the first time, hell yeah.
Like, as the father, you
I'm gonna say as the money, bro. The first time shit, you in front of us. We you ain't in the back of us. Fuck the dumb shit. You stay up here. Like,
the way that he did them robbers in the first one, after I seen him a second time, fuck you, because I don't know what you're capable of. Okay?
Yep.
I don't know what you're capable of.
I mean, but see, that's the thing. But like Marv said, though, it's not his house, so he's not thinking like, oh,
but think about this. Y'all in a
whole has this leg up on us like he does.
But what if, just hypothetically speaking, right? What if when Mark and them got out and went there, you don't know if they moved out there or not. You don't know none of this stuff. So I would have been like, fuck it. I'm good.
Yeah. I don't think that was funny. Again, I don't went like, I ain't even about to take this L. Let's just get what we need to get and go on about our business.
If y'all would have left him alone, y'all literally could have robbed that goddamn store and been gone. It would have been good. Y'all could have robbed the toy store and been good.
That's what it was. They had
they wanted their get back.
Yeah,
and they what did they do? They fucked around and found out.
Well, let's fuck around and find out in the comments.
Wait.
Okay, go ahead.
I want to give honorable mentions of villains of TSA at the airport. Like, how do you let a kid just run on the flight and say my parents are already in there and like not double check and just go off of like, oh, the back of the heads, there they are right there. Like, I'm gonna say, like, I've been traveling for quite a long time, gratefully, but TSA y'all was shitty in LaGuardia or New York multiple times. So
you can even see the TSA and well, not the TSA, but the lady who told him that it was New York. Like, shit, you should have tried to help him then. Like,
yeah.
But that's just my opinion.
Get back to where he once was. Like, no.
Because the moment he looked at me like that, oh yeah, you lost. Like,
yeah, ain't no way I'm just gonna let no little boy run on the plane and like not like talk to his parents. Like, hey, he with y'all? He good? And
that's your job on the line. Because you done lost your fucking job. Because they're gonna go back and they're gonna see who took the tickets.
And after the first time, like, that boy should have been on a do not fly list. Did y'all let this boy like do the same thing all over again a second time? Like, if y'all don't get some Greyhound tickets and get the traveling, ain't no way I'm in this boy on an airplane again.
First of all, it's 732 people traveling. Them Greyhound tickets is crazy. They gonna take up the whole bus by themselves.
It was crazy for all the people on a flight.
Hey, but look, if they was traveling on Uncle Frank's dime, they would have been on Greyhound. But anyway, with that being said, we
not even Greyhound.
Hold on,
That makeup bus is what they would have been on. That dollar
No,
bus.
we would have had to drive. We would have had to drive to Florida from Chicago. But let's get to the comment.
Okay. And Zakia first comment, she says, Uncle Frank, not only did he mooch off his brother, he was an asshole to Kevin. He sure was.
He was.
But I mean, in his defense, Kevin was an asshole too. Because why are you going in there when the man is taking a shower?
But like, why you also picking on a little kid? Like, be the adult as well and set the, set the standard.
And his brother never checked him for that.
Never
checked him. Like, don't be talking to my son like that. Like
you ain't even paying for this motherfucking trip.
Your son pissed all over.
It on my dime.
No, we saw. Like, if it had been me, I'd have been like, your son pissed all over my sheets. Don't be fucking with my son.
Even more than that, we saw your son. We saw what your son did at the Christmas program. So at the end of the day, all that little lights on top of my son's head. Who do you think you're doing? Like my son? Not tonight, sir.
Yeah. Like,
well, technically, that was Buzz. Buzz was his brother.
Well, I'm just saying, it's all same family. Somebody gotta get this friendly fade. Like people recording. My son not gonna go down there being like the kid that wear a helmet on the bus. That's what you tell me my son look like right now. Tell me my little son looks stupid. And at the same time, that's your cousin.
Hey, look here. Your son got caught with a fucking chair. Like, son's a fucking retard. But anyway, like, fuck you, Frank. That's all I'm gonna say. But
let's get back to the comments. Let's finish the comments. Christopher says the light company was the villain.
The light company was the villain.
Not the light company.
Zakia says part 2 was the hotel staff. They should have alerted the police when he checked in alone.
Facts.
Yep. Christopher, I'm sorry, this is funny. Remember when Joe Jackson got them boys in the airplane and didn't lose one kid?
Right.
As the kid said, Kevin didn't want to go in the bathroom. His dad told him to.
Yeah, but he went in there with the whole camera knowing that his uncle was in there. Get out of here, you little pervert.
I mean, but shit, he was recording every fucking thing at that point. Like, he recording himself talking to his mama. Kevin, anyway, next
45, 47 of that movie was a damn villain too.
Oh,
but we gonna talk about that. We gonna talk about that right now. We'll talk about that later. Never mind.
Right.
Okay.
Go ahead and read it before we go to the next one. Go ahead.
Yeah. Christopher says, and Donald Trump was in part 2.
You know they cut him out. You know they cut him out of the movie. But I got the original, so yeah, he's in it.
Oh wow.
Down the hall and to the left.
Talking to little boys.
No comment.
Fake news. I talk to Melania and I grab them by the. Never mind. Continue.
Okay.
Who's the villain in Acrimony?
Her fucking sisters.
Yes, her sisters.
Mainly Brenda.
Her sisters.
Mainly who, Meech?
Brenda.
Okay, I can agree with that.
Who's Brenda? Yeah. Which one is Brenda?
Yeah, she had the. Did she have short hair when she was an adult? But
I would definitely say Brenda, because Brenda even had like the way she was with her husband, and then the sisters and telling them what to do. Definitely her. And I'm still not gonna get. But let's keep in mind, her husband was a motherfucking villain too. The way he treated her and she stuck by him all that time and then took all the money, it did take him a long time. But you cannot discredit that man. That man was a villain too. And the only reason why he gave her money back was because of all the shit that he knew he did her wrong and now he did her. Now,
but
I will say this. She genuinely loved that man, but her sisters talked her out of not loving him.
Facts.
But the bitch was crazy. And love can make you do some crazy shit.
So the fact that the husband did wrong but then did good, did that still kind of put him on the villain list?
He's still a villain because all the shit he put her through before he corrected his wrong.
But he ended up correcting the wrong. So, I mean, a true villain would never correct his wrong. A true villain will let you...
But He's still a villain because of the shit that he
He
did.
played
So
he played a part of a villain in the in
okay, let
the
me ask you a
scene.
question. If he never got the money, if they never did the patent, so he wasn't able to pay her back, then he's considered the villain still, right or no?
Yeah, you're right.
A
I will
villain is a
honestly
villain no
go.
matter how you look at it. You can always right or wrong, but you still was a villain in doing what you did.
True. Yeah,
In my
you're right. You
opinion.
no,
It's
I
like
agree.
somebody,
I agree.
because it's like you doing something, you do something to somebody, and then you apologize for it. I can forgive you, but I'm not gonna forget. So I can forgive you, but I ain't fucking with you. You feel what I'm saying?
There there's still consequences behind your decision makings of
Yeah,
doing me wrong. And
because
although
think about it.
you
The mother house was gone. He used up all the money she had. He played her, and then not to mention with the same chick you cheated on her with before. And old girl not so innocent her damn self. I'm just gonna be honest with you.
No,
She not innocent either. His wife is not innocent, but that's just my opinion. I'm gonna leave it at that.
no,
I was
good to
honestly gonna say the same thing that you were saying, put in regards to the husband being the villain, because when you think about it in the beginning, like the fact that you knew she got this money and you felt like it was okay for you to just kind of mention that you need this, mention that you need that, knowing that she loved you that much that she would pretty much do anything to provide for you because you were with her. And to do all that and then fuck around and cheat on it, like that's a bit much. But I will say I look at Melinda being a little bit more up because I'm gonna be honest with you. Once I got the house back, the money, all of that shit, I would have been straight. Like
Yeah, but you got
I get the anger and I get the the frustration because it's like all these motherfucking years I sat here and I supported you. I was there for you. I did everything in my power to make this marriage last and I kept us afloat this whole fucking time. So I get that anger, but at the same time, it's like to allow it to drive you to the point of pretty much to your death. It wasn't worth it.
it's misguided anger because again, she loved him. But when you got your sisters who's mad because mama houses was taken, your money's gone, your sister's telling you X, Y, and Z. So at this point, remember, she was okay. She was kind of mad at him for shit he was doing. But after talking to her sisters, oh no, his shit gotta go. Oh, he gotta get out. He gotta do woo 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 and woo woo woo. Her
That
sisters
was
is the reason why she went the way she went. Because they kept telling her, oh, he's no good. Oh, he's that. Oh, he's this. Oh, he's that. And so that's how she felt. But when she realized everything that was going on and it actually went through, she's like, I genuinely loved you. And that's why she went where she went. The fucked up part is the place that they had looked at or said something about is where he lived now, but with the wife or the fiance or whoever she is.
That was fucked up.
That's
like
even
you
worse.
literally did everything that you said you were going to do
With
with
me.
Melinda, with the new wife.
Yeah.
That is fucked up.
But like I said, her anger was misguided because it should have been to her sisters. And it didn't get that way until way later
after the
at the
fact.
end after he got the money and everything and she found out.
Quick question. How much money did he give her when he did get on?
Well, he gave
10
her a
mil.
significant amount of money. I think it was like
Mil-
I want to say like
10 mil.
100,000, 500,000 somewhere up in there.
No, I think
500.
it was more than that. I think
No, it was
I
no,
thought
it
it was
was
5
10
million.
million?
Wasn't it like $5 million?
no, it was 10 mil.
It was
$10
$10
million.
million
10 million
plus
fucking
the
dollars.
house.
10 million plus
Yeah,
the
'cause he
house.
brought the house.
So y'all ain't got shit else to say to me. I don't give a fuck what you talking about. I gave you $10 million and I got your family house back. How fucking dare you?
No, that's what I'm saying.
No, I'm not
Her
talking to you
anger
in
was
particular.
misguided.
I'm not talking to you particular, but I'm
No,
talking
I
about.
know. I'm just saying her anger was
But-
misguided.
Okay, yeah, and that's my point. So honestly, like I said, I didn't rewrite my wrong. I didn't rewrite my wrongs, and not to mention, you have just about generational wealth at this point. So
Yeah.
therefore, you don't even have to work. So technically, if I done way more for you
Than you did for me.
than you ever did for me.
That's facts. And that's why the sisters, after they found out, was on some, oh my God, blah, blah, blah. Fuck you bitches. Because y'all fucked up my shit for me listening to y'all. I could have had this shit.
But
and
however,
been happy with
you
my
probably
husband.
couldn't have. But however, he probably couldn't have, because, like I said, he wouldn't have probably got dealt with her if all the other shit was still happening with her, with Taraji's character.
Sure. Yes and no, because I feel like she would have kind of went through the bullshit and been okay with it. But remember, she didn't find the wallet. The sister or somebody else found the wallet in the car and told her about it. So it's like they all kind of pushed that shit on her. Because she was dealing with the shit until they all kept saying, oh, you need to get rid of him. Oh, he's not this, and blah, blah, blah. And then the sister, oh, go get the husband, put his shit out the house.
Like I said, I give you $10 million plus your mama house. You can eat an eggplant, far as I'm concerned.
But I think what really like just broke everything, and it does go back to the sisters, is in regards to them telling him, well, them telling her that at that time he was cheating when he really wasn't. Like that was kind of like, wait, what the hell? Like you're talking about how this card was found in the car or whatever, and it's just messed up. But see, that's on his fault though, because you already had those type of dealings previously. So it would be easy for somebody to think that.
It's putting family in your business when certain things you should keep to your motherfucking self.
True.
And with family like that, you really don't want them in your business, because family like that, with sisters like that, they wanted her to be as miserable as they are. And when you have family like that, just stay mute about your shit.
Well, I do have a quick question though.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think they would have went as hard as they did if they never received like inheritance and all of that? Because it seems like the sisters were more focused on, he's going to try and take you for everything you got.
I think so. Like misery loves company. So at the end of the day, like you can't take feelings away from someone's heart. Like if it's someone's mission to go after someone in an ill, malicious type of way, that's always going to be their heart posture towards somebody, including your sisters or your family. So no matter what, I just feel like they wasn't happy. They wasn't happy. So at the end of the day, they didn't want to see their sister happy either.
And honestly, exactly. I agree with that, because like I say, they were miserable in their marriages or whatnot. And like I said, after you get $10 million and the shit cleared, you still okay.
It's the shit clear part
you
for me.
Still it cleared.
Like, oh, this is real.
Okay.
And not to mention,
I'm gonna call the bank in the morning. I already did it, bitch. Oh well, he finally came through. Fuck out
still ain't happy.
It's still not happy.
It's
like to the comments, man, before I get upset.
Right.
like, bitch, shut the fuck up.
Ooh, okay. All right, Mitch. Talk your shit.
Somebody turned 40 and he just on a roll today. Okay, I see you.
I'm saying like you get all this and you still not satisfied. You still talking shit. Like, have like several seats and get the fuck up out of my face.
Who is this person?
I don't know who this guy is.
Who is this person? I don't know this person on the screen right now. Anybody know this person?
Jesus Christ. I'm going to start being more quiet more often if we're going to get this.
Right. I'm going to shut up.
All right, we'll go to the comments.
Set them up, you knock them down, meat.
Johnny is in the building. He said, what's up, Johnny, y'all? What's up, Johnny? Dominique is also in the building. She gave us the eyes. What's up, Dominique? And then Johnny did the same thing.
The next movie is Training Day. Who's the villain in Training Day?
Alonzo. Denzel's character, Alonzo.
He was a deviant. Like I can't see nobody else. But I am interested to hear everybody's answers though, because I'm seeing your faces.
I know Professor going in a different way. I'm trying to think though, is there any like cold conspirators when it comes to being the villains in this movie?
Yeah,
Captain Lou.
I'm about to say it's fucking
Captain
true.
Lou. The captain knew about all the shit that was going on. Not to mention the 3 dudes that was in there tearing up the shit in the kitchen to get the money and all the shit out of the
You know
floor.
what I'm saying? It's true.
I mean,
Yeah, true.
those are just bad cops. But those
Right.
work underneath. Those
They
work
are,
underneath. They work under the umbrella of Alonzo at the end of the
So
day.
and then Alonzo works under Captain Lou, so Captain Lou would be the villain.
So I give Captain Lou, but the dirty cops, they just dirty cops.
You feel like they was following in suit.
I picked Captain Lou because he knew. I picked Captain Lou because he knew what was going on and he was okay with it. And being that you're a captain, you're high up in the up there in the chain. You know what's going on, and you're okay with it because you still getting paid and you getting the money just like every motherfucking body else. So that's my villain. Besides, Alonzo is like
the
we know
main
he's
villain.
a villain.
Yeah, like
villain, but y'all know I'm always kind of swing a little to the left when I know there's somebody else that can be a villain too.
I didn't even think about Captain Lou, honestly.
I ain't got nothing. Shit, I know it's Alonzo. That's it. Because he was manipulative. And not to mention, you was flirting with my wife. You was flirting with my wife early in the morning.
And not to mention the little boy who didn't know how to act like he was asleep. Alonzo's son. He a villain too. Nigga, you supposed to be asleep. Why you over?
Leave that kid alone. He didn't want to go to sleep at that time.
The guy before they tow up, what was his character?
That would be Roger.
Roger's a villain too, whether y'all notice or not, because he has bad doings with Alonzo prior. That's the reason why Alonzo set him up to get his cash. So, he's making calls, he's doing like things behind the scenes. I think at the end of the day, if he had the chance to kill Alonzo before Alonzo killed him, it would have been that, but that never happened.
Y'all want to know who was the heroes in the movie?
What
all the niggas in the jungles was the heroes in the movie.
Oh God.
we're not gonna put Terry Crews up there, so knock it off.
Yeah, really not.
I'm just saying them niggas is the hero. I'm not helping you. Put cases on me, motherfucker. We're gonna be right there with your bitch ass.
And that's the first time I ever seen what's his name being positive too. What's his name? Never mind.
You talking about Bone?
Bone.
Right.
Now, my favorite character is Macy Gray. I want to see that warrant.
I want to see that warrant. Show me that warrant. This ain't no warrant.
Why y'all over there looking pretty for? Blasting fools.
Look at Miss Williams right on time.
Right on time.
Miss Williams know when to jump in.
So that being said, let me go ahead and get that comment out the way.
Good.
The kid says Macy Gray because she let them in her house with the menu and not a warrant, and then sent them boys after she left.
Hey, let's keep it a bug. That was a stroke of genius. I don't care what nobody said.
A motherfucking menu.
That was a stroke of genius.
Making it look like a damn warrant.
He said, "Put this jacket on. Don't get me killed." And all he showed was a blue paper. That was it.
But that's a valuable lesson. If you with the shits and the police ever come up to your door,
no, bro. Let me see what the warrant say. Like,
make sure don't say Chinatown.
Let me read the fine print. Like right here.
Most warrants, if you pay attention, most warrants is just not one piece of paper. That's one. It's a couple and they staple together because on that warrant, it's going to tell you why you got the warrant, what is it for, and what are they looking for all on that paper. Just FYI, so y'all will know.
Oh, I know what a warrant is. But anyway.
I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to the people out there in TV or internet land.
I didn't know. So thank you, the professor. I didn't know. I just know that, hey, I'm not going to look for Chinatown. Chinese noodles on the front of the blue paper.
FYI, too, the warrant is not going to be on blue paper. It's going to be on
I was just about to say that. Like, it's not going to be on blue paper, bro.
Or balled up out of the jacket.
Or folded up.
Dipson, you's a funny man. But anyway, next comment, if we got any.
No, Draco's in the building, but I don't see anything.
What's the deal,
he sent stars.
Long time no see, my guy.
Thank you, Draco.
What up, Draco?
Okay. This next one is Snowfalls, and I'm gonna sit this one out because I don't watch it. Don't bite my head off. Y'all go for what y'all know.
You ain't throwing
I
them
don't
balls.
know what you're doing, Drago, but it's still blanking, bro.
It might
No,
be
he
more
still
stars.
said stars.
Okay.
I think we should skip Snowfall.
Yeah, you can snip some.
It's fine. You guys can go ahead because I know you guys all watch it. I'm okay with not answering this.
No, I think it's only like two of us, two out of three, 2 out of 5, excuse me. So let's just skip it.
No, Heather watches it.
And
Meech, don't you watch it too?
Of course I watch it.
Girl watched it.
Meech don't watch it. Well, y'all can answer. It's fine. Go ahead and watch it. Go ahead until we got. I don't know. People
Go ahead and watch it.
Go
Well,
ahead,
I mean, if we gonna go there, it's a few of them.
It's a lot of them.
Louis.
Why you say his name so loud, so fast? Like
I'm
that?
sorry.
No, that's the wife. That's the wife. That's not.
Oh, okay.
That's why.
Excuse me.
Louis
I'm telling her to give her a reason
made
as to
motherfucking decisions. Like, my thing is this: it's one thing for you and Jerome to want to have your own, and yes, Franklin was fucked up for not allowing them to venture off to do that. He still wanted everybody under one motherfucking umbrella and doing for him. But the moves that she made did not help the situation at all whatsoever. Now, I also want to say somebody else, but I feel like the other two might say it, so I'm gonna just.
No, get your shit off. We listening.
My list.
Damn, Drago said it. The mama.
Go ahead, say what you want.
Yeah, the mama.
The mama definitely.
The mama, Franklin, Teddy, Auntie Louie, Jerome,
just say the whole cast. Like
no, because I feel Leon wasn't
Leon turned not into a villain.
but he showed villain characteristics because at the end of the day, like he still was with the shits and did like he was what's the right word? He didn't stop it, but he also kept it going at the same time at the end of the day.
Right.
So even like before him and his girl moved, he was really doing some weird stuff, in the PJ. So
yeah,
Leon
mistake. That's what I think that's really what started the turn of him really starting to think about what he was doing because he was with the shits until someone's innocent child got killed in the process.
Mm-hmm. Without saying what Double H said, I'm gonna say Peaches. Peaches was a villain.
Damn.
He smoked up Franklin money, and that's what caused Franklin to spit out of control. So, yeah,
I forgot about
Peaches. That's D. Ray's character. Hey,
I know. I was just thinking,
but Franklin too is a villain.
Oh, I'm sorry. I just saw the comment.
We forgot about Scully too. Scully is super villain.
I think
that nigga was insane.
No, Franklin was a villain.
You off Sherm, of course.
Hello.
Yeah, I'm sorry, but he was on Sherm. Majority of that fucking show.
I mean, just one crazy family. So,
yep.
Shit.
Where the titties in that bitch ass? Anyway, can we go to the comments?
Hey, man, get your squabbles up. All right. Everybody ready to go to the comments?
Please.
Okay. Draco says the mama's the villain. I don't care what nobody says. She messed up 2 generations. She messed up 2 generations of men. God damn.
Okay, I got one question before you go to the next. How many seasons is it?
6, I think.
I'm not watching it. Sorry. I was gonna try to catch up, but that's too much. I don't watch TV.
Yeah. I mean, but trust me, once you watch it, you'll be.
Once you get into it, you can't put it
down. I don't watch that. I don't watch Power. I don't watch Shy. So, like, somebody said, "Oh, watch it." If I see it's too many seasons,
I'm with you. I understand that.
I can understand it too.
And trust me, I can watch long seasons because I watch all the Game of Thrones, but I can't do that.
I am trying to get into that. I'm still trying to.
Well, Payne had just came out of surgery, so I watched that shit with him.
Got you.
Yeah.
All right. Zakia says Franklin's neighbor / girlfriend putting him in crazy situations because she got strung out. She made him weak. Damn, I forgot about Melanie. And she also says the white agent for getting Franklin involved in the first place. Yeah, Teddy that nigga was really a menace.
Oh no, shit, I'd have killed Teddy.
But like
Teddy would have been done by season 2. Fucking with me. Like,
he been knew that though, and the fact that he kept him like around was like poor judgment on you. So I don't know if you feel like
Teddy would have been done by season 2 fucking with me. Like,
exactly. Like,
okay, let me ask you this: how long were the episodes usually?
Without
maybe like an hour.
Are they an hour? I thought
45 minutes.
They're about 45 minutes.
45 minutes without commercials.
Okay. Yeah. How many episodes is usually in a season?
Like 8.
8 to 12 on a good season.
Yeah,
I think the average is about 8.
If I watch it at work,
you gonna get stuck. I'm telling you,
you're gonna be stuck. Like it's a good show. It's a real good show.
Get through like the first like 3 episodes in season 1, and after that you gonna be on. Right. But at the end of the day, like if you think also in the back of your mind, like this is loosely parentheses on loosely based off the Rick Ross drug pen story, then you be like, was he really out here doing this like this? And I'm gonna say,
well, loosely, I know Rick Ross is not the real Rick Ross. I know that.
No, I ain't talking about the fat guy in Miami. I'm sorry, I'm not talking about the Wingstop guy in Miami. I'm talking about the drug.
Wow.
Okay.
Man,
here's what I'm gonna do. I'm not gonna make no promise, but what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna watch the first 3 episodes, like Aaron say. Now, when I watch this, if I hit y'all and say, "Hey, whatever, woo, do not get mad at me because I'm trying to figure some shit out." Okay.
I got you.
Okay, we got you.
I need to be watching my damn self because it's been a minute.
Yeah, I probably would too, but anyway.
But I did want to say one more thing though, because I know we were looking at everybody else, as possible villains, but we ain't gonna pass over Franklin at all because of the fact that some of them decisions that he made, I get it was for the sake of business, but it's like fuck. Like for instance, killing Melanie's dad. It's just kind of like I get your reason, but this is kind of the reason why she, in return did what she did.
Now, Heather, I'm gonna have to watch the series so I can figure out why he killed the dad.
But I'll say this. I'll say this.
Good reason to watch.
Poor kids coming out of poverty, looking to better their life, and he saw a white kid selling bricks, making money. And he want that same type of dream, and it just spiraled to the top, and spiraled all the way down to the very bottom by the end of the. I don't knock it, but it ain't me either. So if that makes sense, like I'm not mad for him trying to better him and his family's life. I am mad at some of the decisions that is in the middle of it, because then you get into it with the family, you turn against the family, family get killed. Like at some point, where do you like throw in the towel and be like, hey, Louis just got killed over some family business, or, Jerome now over here tripping because of X, Y, and like at some point you got, I would love to do business with family, but at the same token, like when it comes to the expense of losing loved ones, it's a constant, like they come shoot us, I come shoot you type of like mentality. And again, you got to be a special type of person to be able to keep on and get to the point where even at the very end, what moms did at the end, just like, it couldn't be me. It's not my lifestyle. It's not my ministry.
I think that's what's messed up too. The fact that you saying that he was doing that for the sake of family. Like he did want everybody to win. He wanted to take care of his mother. And I think that is what makes it even like more fucked up in regards to his mom.
I mean, Jerome and Louis had a fat house in the hills.
They sure did.
After a while.
Yeah, I mean,
after a while, but
Franklin kept a nice house. Franklin had the PJ, like mom's is still in the hood. I don't know what was up with that. All the crew.
She was the one who was like, no, I'm not taking this drug money. I'm not.
Yeah, the morality thing.
So like even like you tried to put.
Yeah, she kind of like
Florida Evans.
Yeah, she kind of like Florida Evans, like.
But he put all his boys on too. His boys in apartment buildings and stuff. Like he put his boys. She
eventually started working for him, but it was on a real estate side as opposed to the drug side.
But
But anyway,
is it any different when that real estate was brought with drug money? What's the difference? You still, if you really look into it, what's the difference if it was brought with drug money?
I mean,
True.
I'm just asking.
I think she just wanted them out, but
No.
like I said, the decisions that she made weren't great. But
we're really gonna hop on the moral bus when the money comes from, where there's plenty of people out here. Never mind.
No, what I'm saying is if she stayed, because I haven't watched, like I said, but listen to what you're saying. If she stayed in the hood because she didn't want to take the drug money, now you're working for him on the real estate side, but the reason why he got the real estate is from drug money. What is the difference? That's
There's
all
no
I'm
difference.
asking.
There's no difference. But at the end of the day, like I do salute her for like kind of like staying out of it for a while, but then like once she did get involved, it's just like, all right, this wasn't
Like,
the best.
you know, what's the difference at that point? But since there's no more comments, we're going to the next one. Who was the villain in Waiting to Exhale? Who was the villain into Waiting to Exhale?
Every man in these women's life, or lack thereof.
I wouldn't say every man. You can't say every man. You definitely can't say every man.
All right, okay, with the exception of Gregory Hines, and
Gregory Hines was a good man,
and maybe my guy from State Farm, but I think he even
What
played.
about the chunky dude? The chunky dude that
jumped in the back of the bed and came through the covers.
He wasn't a bad dude.
I mean, that act that he did in the bedroom was villain enough for me. So we're gonna leave it. No, I'm
I won't necessarily say that he was a villain per se, but I think what happened was Robin looked at him as that because of how he did her after she fired him. So it was just kind of like,
it's a kid needs to go to the corner. This gonna be a first time in UTR history.
First of all, his name ain't Nate. His name is Troy.
No,
his name is Troy.
Professor Ray.
No, she's
his
right.
name
She's
not Nate.
right.
His name is Troy. That one. But that's what I had on my list.
You have to
But
take it out.
right. I got Troy. I got John.
Definitely John.
James
John was my answer.
James.
Bring that white woman home.
John is the husband.
I know who John is.
Husband.
That's Michael B. So I know who that is.
James is Wesley Snipes. Cause you cheating.
Oh, get the fuck out! He
No,
made
no.
Your wife was lying.
We made he didn't even cheat because he didn't sleep with her. So how did he cheat?
He still
You
out on a date?
If you want to consider sleeping in the same bed, cheating. Okay,
you're dating while your wife's on her deathbed.
Okay, no.
Everybody got to talk at the same one person at a time.
Let me finish.
Oh, sorry.
There's more than one type of cheating. There is sexual. There's emotional. Okay. He was emotionally cheating since he didn't sleep with her the first time. He slept with her again. And the Savannah is a goddamn horrible person because you're seeing all the shit your friends is going through, and you're gonna sit up here and cheat with this motherfucker who cheating on his dying wife. I'm just saying.
Wait, did you say Savannah?
Yeah.
Bernadine.
You mean Bernadine?
Is it Bernadine?
Yeah, Bernadine.
Yeah, that's Bernadine. I'm like, Savannah is Whitney
Angela,
Houston.
Savannah's Whitney.
Savannah is Whitney, and Bernadine is Angela Bassett.
Angela Bassett, yeah.
And Gloria is
and Savannah
Divine.
was with who?
Savannah was with what's his name? State Farm.
State Farm.
Are you in good hands?
And who was with Wesley Snipes?
Bernadine.
Was it Bernadine?
Yes.
I thought Bernadine. Well, okay, Bernadine. Well, Bernadine and Wesley Snipes, they ain't shit too. You knew the man's wife was dying, and you decided to go ahead and do this shit. You could have waited till the lady died.
That's a good
They
man.
didn't do anything.
The first time.
You only met him once. You didn't see him again.
Emotionally cheating is still cheating.
I mean, she still got a letter.
You can call it what you want, but you're talking like you actually slept with her, and then you said a second time. Where did the second time come from?
Emotionally cheating is still cheating, is it not?
Where is the second
Okay,
time?
no. Answer my question.
No, answer mine. Where's the second time? You talking about she didn't sleep with him the first time, but she slept with him this time.
That's fine. Let's take it away. That's fine.
Okay.
You got that. Emotionally cheating is still what cheating, right?
Okay.
No.
Okay.
So
His okay. His okay is yes. His okay is yes.
No, I'm just pointing out the fact she keep talking about a second time. There was no second time.
Okay, I'll take that away. But emotionally
cheating is still so we're not arguing about it no more then. Wait
a minute.
Emotionally cheating is still cheating, however you want to look at it.
We'll stop saying second time then.
I just said I took that off.
Okay then. So I stopped arguing after that.
No, because it's still cheating.
All right, you guys.
Time out.
I just said we're going to take away the second.
And I stopped talking.
All right, you guys.
And there we come together.
Was I not talking? You asked the question, I answered it, but I was still talking. And I asked, is it cheating? Yes or no is what I asked. After I answered this question, what did I ask?
And I said yes.
So then I'm not wrong for saying that.
And then I said, where was the second time?
I just said I took that away.
And then after you said, we're taking it away when you found out it was wrong, I stopped talking. Bottom line. Is anybody getting what I'm saying? Bottom line.
I agree with both you guys are saying. But
Can I say
Go ahead, Heather.
Okay.
Go ahead, Heather.
This is what I want to mention. I understand where both of you guys are coming from, but when my head, what I was thinking in regards to the second time, not them seeing each other, but he sent a letter saying that he fell in love with her that same night. So what hold on, wait a minute. Stop with the looks. The reason why that I want to explain that is because it is emotionally, it is more heavier when it is emotion, like they connected on an emotional level. But I can understand the thing about it with Berta Dean, she was making fucked up decisions because she was still in the midst of healing. That wasn't the only married man that she connected with. She also ended up sleeping with somebody else before she even met Wesley. The dude that they met
at the bar. I mean, the club or whatever.
I'm not going to place, like, it's messed up her making those decisions, seeing that she had just went through that. But it does not surprise me that she would make those decisions because of the fact that she had been with this man for 11 years. She just got cheated on. And at this point, she's trying to navigate this shit. That's why she said the shit that she said to Gloria in regards to, I can't be like you. It was fucked up that she said that, but she didn't know how to be alone. She didn't know how to not have someone there because she had somebody there for fucking 11 years.
Well, put her on the villain list too, because she been out here making villain moves her damn self.
I don't think nothing was wrong with Gloria, because Gloria didn't do nothing wrong.
Gloria's a villain too.
Fucked up that she said that to her.
How is Gloria a villain?
Gloria knows damn well that what's his name father was in the closet, and he still allowed this man to come over. She saw the red flags.
But that's another way.
The red flags was already 6 flags.
Gloria wasn't getting that on the normal, so she was trying to get something from her baby father. That was it.
Yeah, and she then knew
she said that he was gay.
She knew the baby father was in the closet. He wasn't coming over. He wasn't messing with her. All of a sudden, he had to look her in the eye and be like, "Ma'am, I don't want you."
Not ma'am, but
when you
the last time they were together, they slept together. So
it was forced. He's like, I can't hide this no more. This ain't me.
He literally said he
broke it under pressure. Is what he's saying.
But going back to that again, every single woman. Listen, y'all.
I'm joking, Jay.
Every single woman
because she tried to get that man across the street by telling him all the food he cooked, and then gonna say, "I hope you're not watching me," and then wiggle her ass when she walked.
Being thirsty don't make you a villain at the same time.
It really don't.
It can be depending on the person.
Well, I'm gonna take my statement back. I was joking. Gloria was not a villain. I think. Wait Till Exhale showed true people. I don't even say women, but true people emotions in 4 different situations. So at the end of the day, like we can sit here and say who we feel the villain is, but at the end of the day, you got to say these women's stories were true stories that what women go through every single day in their lives, whether they're messing with men in situations because they're trying to get through their healing phase, or their baby daddies have moved on to other closets and they don't no longer want to mess with them, or what's her name that was messing with Troy? She was low key for the streets.
She definitely was.
Robin was for the streets.
Robin was for the streets, but at the end of the day, though. At the end of the day, though, she was never in a relationship, though. Like she kept it P, but she gave that P to everybody at the same time.
Who was also messing with a married man.
But I will say this with Robin, though.
We can't forget about Russell, though.
Yeah. Russell was the married man.
Right, there you go. I forgot Leon's name in the shit. I thought his name was Leon for some reason.
Russell, did you sleep with her?
Leon might as well just use his real name in every movie.
Leon ain't shit in everything he playing at this point.
Ain't shit in everything he playing.
Nothing.
He definitely deserved the Ain't Shit award in all his movies.
Man.
Let's go to the comments.
Three-time award winner.
Wait, before we go to the comments, though, I just wanted to say something really quickly. Did you guys know that it was a sequel? It was a sequel book.
No. I saw it.
It was, but then Whitney Houston, with the passing of Whitney Houston, that just fell completely to the wayside.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm glad they didn't do it.
Crazy. Yeah,
because nobody got a happy ending.
Okay.
Let me put it to you this way: the way they did the characters was fucked up. I'm gonna just give you one synopsis. The guy Gloria ended up getting with old boy,
the neighbor.
They get married. Old boy's like going to the store or something like that. This motherfucker ends up getting killed. Wow. And the money that he gets, like $300,000 that for the life insurance gives to her, she don't want it because she's going through the pain or whatever. The son ends up becoming a cop. They go to tell the son, and she finds out the son's wife, who he married, and they had a kid together. The wife, that's not his kid. The wife is a drug dealer and she cheated on him. Now she didn't went to jail. It's so much shit from that book. I'm glad they didn't make it into.
I'm really glad it's horrible. The way that they ended it with just the first one, that was perfect.
And left it at that because the movie is. If they would have made that into the movie from that book, that would have been so horrible. I don't think I would have.
Verdity became a pillhead.
Sound like a Tyler Perry takeover.
It really does.
Honestly,
it really does.
You really do.
I cannot unsee that now.
if Tyler Perry right there, I'm gonna be like Monique. I want my money, Tyler. I want my money.
I'm gonna send you guys the video later, so because there's someone who gives a breakdown of each character and what happened. After y'all see that shit,
it's
crazy.
But
y'all gonna be
I'm intrigued.
Let's go to let's get this comment out and get on to the next one.
All right. Well, I'm still gonna read it. Zakia said Nate for wearing leather in the summertime, but she said sorry, Troy. And then Zakia also said Tariq was a villain for being grown, still living at home and sneaking girls in the house.
Like a little 17-year-old.
Not just any girls, but we know what type of girls in the house.
But he wasn't grown. He was still in high school.
Yeah, he was.
Because I remember he got the scholarship from the church, or he got the money from the church to go to college. But still, he wasn't even sneaking sisters in the house. He was sneaking in. Never mind.
Nobody.
Wait. We're not going to touch on that one.
I mean, I ain't gonna get canceled tonight. We'll get canceled next week.
Okay.
Let's go. Next.
Forrest Gump. Who's the villain in Forrest Gump?
Jenny. However you want to spell it. Jenny is a villain. She took. Well, let's start from the very, very beginning.
Oh Lord, here we go.
I'm gonna just sit back and let you rock. Go ahead.
Forrest fell in love with Jenny. Jenny out here being a hoe. Jenny out here got pregnant by Forrest. Didn't let Forrest see his son. Jenny comes back into Forrest's life just to fuck over Forrest's life even more. Like you a 3-time villain in Forrest's life at this point. Like if I see Jenny in real life, Jenny gonna get. Ain't no way. Ain't no way this much destruction for one woman could come into a man's life that started to move out in these leg braces. Ain't no way. Forrest went up into that club when she playing the guitar with no top on and drug her off stage.
The sad part is, in the beginning, she genuinely liked him as a little kid. Mm-hmm. It's when she got older that everything just fucked up.
She played with his heart multiple times. Didn't let the man see his kids. Comes back into Forrest's life just to do some more stupid stuff. Like,
Jenny was fucked up. I will say Jenny was definitely the villain, but I do understand that she was super duper fucked up in regards to what was happening to her as a child. My thing, though, is that you have someone who clearly cares about you. He's never done you wrong. He's always had your back.
Let me play devil's advocate.
It seems like the trauma outweighed everything else.
Let me play devil's advocate for a second. If you've never experienced true love, especially from a family member or your parents, as you get older and you get it from somebody else, you're not going to understand it.
Mm-hmm.
But still,
hold on. She didn't understand it at first. What I'm saying is, as she was growing up, she didn't understand it, right? So she didn't understand true love. She didn't understand those feelings because she's never experienced that from her family. That's how I feel. But I got 2 honorable mentions for villains, and let me get it out right quick. The principal, because he ain't shit. He didn't want him going there, and then after you fuck the mama, he can go. And Lieutenant Dan, because that motherfucker wasn't shit but a drunk with no legs. And then Bubba did all that with, what's his name? Did all that with the shrimp boat. And now Lieutenant Dan on the boat, and he gets some money too. Although they gave money to Bubba, he also gave money to Lieutenant Dan for doing the shrimp boat. So Lieutenant Dan wasn't shit but a drunk with no legs.
Damn.
I'm not putting Lieutenant Dan no villain. I'm sorry.
He is a villain.
I can understand where she's going, but
we in the army. Ain't no nice guy in the army.
This is afterwards when he come back. I said with no legs. This is after the fact.
when they finished with the whole army.
Yeah, when they finished with the army, and he found Lieutenant Dan. Lieutenant Dan wasn't shit to him, and then he became his friend after the bitch left.
My life is miserable. I don't have no legs no more.
But that ain't his fault. So he was a villain, and so was the principal. You don't want him at the school. Your mama didn't fuck him.
I give you the principal. I give you the principal, but I'm not
the principal definitely.
But I'm gonna be honest with you
because
go ahead.
No, go ahead. I'll let you rock. Go ahead.
You kind of think about it because if we're playing devil's advocate with Jenny, it's kind of the same thing with Lieutenant Dan, and the reason why is because. Think about it. His brain, what he wanted was to pretty much die a hero.
Basically.
That's what he wanted. He didn't want to become that. He wanted to die a hero. That was it. But with Forrest, because he always wants to help, he always wants to save someone, he saved him. I do feel like it was fucked up the way that he reacted afterwards, but it's like, look at it. Now he's, he has a disability, he's a veteran, and his life is shit. So it's fucked up that he was trying to blame Forrest for it. But again, it's one of those situations where I understand where it will fuck with your mentality a bit. And he also did have his redemption, after a while when they were doing the, on the boat or whatever. He did finally, the shrimp boat. He did finally come to terms with what his life was.
Yeah, but that was after they started catching shrimp, though.
But that's what I'm saying. So he was.
But however, let's just be honest. If it wasn't for Lieutenant Dan, Forrest wouldn't have been as rich as he was, though.
Facts.
Because he invested in Apple.
Again, Lieutenant Dan still was a villain. I don't care what you say.
Whatever you want to call it. But that's the reason. But if it wasn't for Lieutenant Dan, he wouldn't have been able to retire.
That goes back to what we said earlier.
Do all that shit.
That goes back to what we said earlier. Even though you can right or wrong, doesn't still don't mean you want a villain.
But it was never wrong from the beginning.
He still treated Forrest like shit, even when Forrest saved his fucking life.
I'm going through a terrible time. I lost my legs.
But even in the midst of him treating him like shit, though, remember when they did go out for New Year's Eve and old girl did what she did, he did take up for him at that time. And that was still in the midst of him dealing with how he was feeling.
Granted, he probably would have had gonorrhea after that night, but at the same time,
that's a different box of chocolates you talking about.
No. If you see,
you don't know what you're gonna get.
You see them heifers that the lieutenant dad was about to pull his little weed whacker out and go to work on. Like, no, man, we ain't doing that.
Same one Denzel's about to use and he got game, but we talk about that. Never mind.
Wow. On to the comments, man.
Okay. As the kid says, his mama for using what she got to give what she got to get it.
Man, his mama did him a solid, y'all.
Hey, a straight solid. No,
but the principal who ain't shit.
No, but she was the originator of I'm in the bind, Nate. But the
principal got what he deserved.
We should have did. We should have did at the very beginning of the show. At the very beginning of the show, what we should have did was define villain, because I think everybody got a different definition of what villain means to them.
That's the beauty of
the show. But that's the point, because remember I said everybody interpretation of a villain is different, so everybody would see each person differently as a villain. So there's really no right or wrong answer.
That's a fact.
Because everybody's interpretation is different.
But like I said, Mama Gun was the inventor of I'm in the bind, Nate. He's out of town. He.
That's what I was waiting on.
Oh, the principal with the work on the man.
Next. I'm over here hot now. Okay.
Oh shit.
East Bayou. Who's the villain in East Bayou?
Oh shit.
I got a couple. I will read them off if y'all don't know who they are.
You got the floor on this one.
Okay. You got Maddie. You got Lewis.
Whose character is that?
Maddie
is the one that the daddy was cheating with.
Yeah.
Oh, that's what's the name right now? Jason Lyric, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Lisa Nicole Carson. Go ahead.
Then you got Lewis, which is Samuel L. Jackson,
the dad.
Mm-hmm.
You got Eve because she don't know how to mind her motherfucking business.
Oh my god!
Damn.
But no. Think about it. A lot of stuff when it came forward, and she didn't open her mouth. But you got that motherfucking Sicily. That little lying bitch.
That was my
You lied on your daddy, which caused your sister to do what she did, and all that shit he represented. Ain't it Sicily, motherfucker? She the real villain. The other ones are honorable mention, but Sicily is the motherfucking villain. You lied because you were so in love with your daddy, which is weird. That you lied because your daddy did that shit. You lied to me. You lied to me about your daddy. Yeah, that little bitch. You made your daddy drink. You went to kiss them. He pushed you off of him. All of a sudden, your daddy doing shit to you. You lying bitch. Then you got your period. Want to get upset, and now they want to send you off after you didn't almost. I cut my hair and I walked this and I walked the train tracks and I didn't even get hit. I would have smacked that little bitch too. I would have smacked the red lipstick out of her, and whoever did her hair, I'm gonna fuck them up. Cause what the fuck was that? Cause her hair looked like a hot ass mess.
Now, I am going to sit here and say this because that story was told so well that you really weren't sure of exactly what happened. And that's what makes it.
As you watch it and you understand it, but that's what I'm saying. Sicily is the villain. You told your sister decided to take her upon herself. You're going to go to the voodoo lady, pineapple thief, because that's her name now, pineapple thief. You going to go to the voodoo lady that's sitting up here throwing chicken bones and shit. I need some of his hair. Where's the dog? There's no dog. I put it inside of a snake mouth and buried it in the ground. Now you mad. Some bullshit. And your daddy ain't shit. Cause this motherfucker fucking bitches inside the barn or the stable or whatever the fuck it is. And you not even looking to see anywhere else. You know this little girl be every goddamn where. She ain't never where she's supposed to be.
Thought it was gonna be in there.
Y'all wasn't talking with your private parts all rubbed and hunching against each other. I'm just saying. Go ahead, y'all can finish.
I'm sorry. It was when she was shot. Y'all don't remember when she saw them? It was and gasped. She could say shit.
Nothing.
But
Nothing.
Again, the story, it's because it's so taboo. It was, I'm not gonna lie, it was a little bit hard for me to say it was Sicily, just because of the theme that they were playing with. But
I get it. Okay.
Hold on. But I will say that when it comes down to Sicily and how she was moving as if she was in love with her father. Like I am going to say that. And I don't want to go too deep into it. Just
no, go deep, because I'm finna debunk what you just said in about 5.2 seconds. But go ahead.
Go ahead.
You said it's hard to say that it was Sicily. Think about it. As you're watching this story, and granted, they're telling it like it is, but as she grabbed her sister's hand and it tells you and shows you everything that happened, how can you not say it's not Sicily? I get that you're saying as it's totally don't seem like it. But when they get to the point where they actually show what happened and she tell you lied to me and she do one of these, that right there tell you off bat that she lied.
I understand it. And I understand that you are seeing the specific logics of how the story was being told. I completely understand it. It's clear that she was the one that was lying. What I'm saying is the taboo that they are playing when it comes down to that story. The reason that I say that it's a little bit hard to say that she was the villain is because of situations that do happen that way. And it actually,
but we're not talking about situations that happen that way. We're talking about the situation that happened.
Okay, so we'll just leave it at that. She's a villain.
Wait. No, like finish. Let her get her point all the way out, Professor, before you cut her off.
Okay.
Just finish your full thoughts, Heather.
Yeah, I apologize.
What I'm saying is during that time, it's hard for me to put into words because again, it is a certain taboo that's played around with that of little girls looking at their father, not only as their father or their hero, but looking at them as it's just a weird line that gets crossed.
I get what you're saying. I'm gonna tell you why. No, I'm trying to help her out. It's the same way how girls look at their fathers. How girls look at their fathers, how boys look at their mothers. You know how R. Kelly had that whole situation where he's like, I love my mama, the red lipstick, all that. You know that story he told? Mm-hmm. Remember that story he told about his mom and the red lipstick? I get that. But what I was trying to explain to you was we're not looking at it in that broad prospect of this can happen or how girls or boys look at their parents. Keep it in mind that we're only talking about the movie aspect of it.
Okay.
And so that's what I'm trying to. Let's keep it only in the movie aspect. Let's not take it abroad where I know that happens because just like how little girls look at their dad, it's the same way little boys look at their mom sometimes. But let's keep it in the movie aspect. If you keep it in the movie aspect, then yes, she felt that way about her dad, but she lied. And her lie is what started everything because Eve probably wouldn't have did what she did until her sister lied to her and told her everything that happened. You get what I'm saying?
No, I get what you're saying. That's why I said logically, looking at the story itself, you're absolutely correct. Yeah. It's just hard to have those conversations sometimes because, I just want to put it out there. Like Put said, we are specifically talking about the stories, but we never want to put it in a narrative. And I'm not saying that you are Put, but we never want to put into a narrative when someone is an actual victim of something like that. And basically no victim blaming. I just want to put that out there. But story wise,
yes, that's why I wanted to keep it story wise because I know it can go that broad, and that's why I said the whole situation with guys and their mother and women and their father. So let's keep it to the movie aspect, and if you keep it in the movie aspect, then it kind of
I got you.
You know, and that's kind of the storyline because that's why it went the way it did, and then caused Eve to go even further because she wasn't even thinking that as far as after she caught the dad and Maddie until the sister told her what she told her, and then it just kind of took on from there.
Right.
So that I'm just trying to, I want us to keep in mind when we look at it, let's not take it out of context, and I won't even take it out of context. Let's not take it past just the movie. Let's keep everything in the movie.
Okay.
So that we understand. But I get what you said, and I totally agree with you too. So let me be clear. Like I said, I'm sorry for cutting you off, but I just want to make sure that we keep it in the movie aspect of what we're watching.
Gotcha.
That's all.
And we don't have any comments. Did anybody else have anything to say about Eve's Bayou? Okay, let's move on to the next one.
Beetlejuice. Who's the villain in Beetlejuice?
Lydia's parents. I don't know. I'm sorry. They're the first ones that popped up in my motherfucking head. But yes, it would be, of course, it's Beetlejuice. However, I also want to say it is the original. I forgot the names, but it is the original people that own the house because they specifically told their ass not to call
Barbara and Adam.
Barbara and Adam.
Because they are on my list.
They specifically told them not to call on this motherfucker. And they still did it. They still made the decision to do it.
That's because they did not read the manual first.
That is true.
But Barbara and Adam.
But Lydia, if you're giving a warning, my nigga, like
Lydia too played a villain in the first one. Well, in the she played a villain because she then told her parents about them, and then they like, oh, well, summons him, knowing that them motherfuckers is crazy. So getting him to call the dead people, and then her getting Beetlejuice back. Beetlejuice is bad in himself, but let's be honest, if they hadn't said his name and brought him too, and even Barbara and Adam told her never to say Beetlejuice's name, brought Beetlejuice back, but also Beetlejuice helped save Barbara and Adam. So it's kind of like a villain, but not a villain. But yes, Barbara and Adam for sure, in my opinion.
What are you guys' thoughts?
Definitely Lydia.
You asked me, the whole fucking movie was stupid.
That's because you just saw the movie last year, right? In its entirety.
Yep. And like I said, I'm expecting to see Beetlejuice. Nigga had 5 scenes the whole goddamn movie. Fuck that movie. Yes. So the villains of the movie, the villains in the movie is the director for not having Beetlejuice in it. So therefore,
so we blame Tim Burton. Okay.
You go blame Tim
whoever
Burton
directed this shit and had the right idea of not having Beetlejuice in the damn movie is the fucking villain.
Can we do an honorable mention?
Who's honorable mention?
The counselor. That bitch wasn't shit. She didn't want to help nobody. She didn't want to do shit.
And I'm sorry, I haven't actually seen the second one, so I don't know what happened.
I haven't seen the second one either. But where's the lie with the counselor?
You're not lying about that.
Read your handbook. Did you read your handbook?
She didn't want to do not a goddamn
nothing.
Hell no.
I got a movie for y'all. Y'all ready? Boomerang. Who's the villain in Boomerang?
No other than Marcus himself.
I'm going with Jacqueline on this one.
Yeah, Jacqueline and Marcus.
Why? Because both of them motherfuckers just alike. And that's
that was his karma, though. So, in a way, that was his karma.
Yeah, you fucked around and played him like Sega Dreamcast. Ain't that a bitch?
Y'all ready?
Good lady Eloise, go ahead and say it, Professor.
Strange, that bitch.
Strange.
She over there. I wanted to smell like, she taking her panties off, throwing at people and shit. That bitch a villain.
The bald head dude that put the panties in his pocket too. He a villain too. Nasty motherfucker.
Hey, y'all leave Nasty Nelson alone. Nelson was my guy. Nelson was my guy. Nelson was that dude. Unbelievable. I love him.
Exactly.
Nelson was the
Nelson.
guy.
Fucking Nelson.
But I'm gonna go and say Martin's character. Martin character is a fucking villain.
Explain why.
Right.
Martin was like all he was everything that came out of Martin's mouth on that movie was negative. Like he didn't want nobody, like he wanted, like, and then not to mention he was constantly picking on David Alan Greer's character, talking about he don't get no ass, he don't do this, but in reality, what was Martin doing the whole time?
But was he lying?
Shit, he had, but what I'm saying is though, he actually went on a date with Angela though. Martin is the type, like, because the girl don't want him, he gonna talk about him. Like I said, like the whole time when they exercising, she a lesbian because she ain't giving you none. Why is that?
But like, I didn't see him as a villain. I just see him as like that one friend who just didn't speak.
He's
positivity.
a fucking hater, and that's
I mean, he a hater, but the
asshole.
But that don't make him an asshole.
He damn near burnt the penthouse down too. So therefore,
that wasn't Martin's fault, was it?
That was his fault.
He was cooking.
It was though.
He was frying.
And he left to go to the fucking room because he wanted to brotherly love and shit. Then they said, "Oh shit, the penthouse."
He could, like I said, he was fucking up before Marcus.
It wasn't even the penthouse. That's the crazy part. He called it the penthouse. It wasn't even the penthouse.
It wasn't even the penthouse. That shit like a regular ass apartment. Like,
exactly.
Now Marcus shit was a penthouse. No.
Oh God.
His shit was nice, but it wasn't a penthouse. But
this shit was nice though.
I got an honorable mention.
What's an honorable mention?
Old girl feet was a villain.
Wow. You say her feet?
Like Leela Rashawn's character?
Yeah. That's exactly what she's talking about.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Damn.
But I'll say that Marcus honestly was the biggest out of it because of his behavior. And then also, again, even if they weren't serious, you still ended up with someone that your friend was pursuing. So it's like, damn, bro. Like, and you see that he was really like pursuing her like heavy. Now, again, Jacqueline was definitely his fucking karma. But she was fucked up because you didn't want anything to do with him until someone else was showing him attention. Now all of a sudden you want to bring your ass back and try to take him or seduce him or whatever the case may be. No, stay where the fuck where he was at.
In other words, keep your ass to the fucking street.
Exactly what I was thinking about.
Shit. You know what? Yeah, you the motherfucking MVP tonight, okay?
For real.
You are the motherfucking MVP tonight.
I can't wait to hear.
Read that comment and we gonna go to the next one.
Yes.
I can't wait to hear this one.
The kid says Mr. and Mrs. Jackson for fucking in the bathroom.
And he'll put this jacket on inside out. And she walking past like, shit, I put it on that nigga.
That's true. She just
like, daddy beat my ass. Shit, mama be in this motherfucker.
Since y'all said, the professor said feet, that's the suit jacket with the matching insides was the villain too.
Oh no, the belt.
Whoever was his tailor. Whoever was his tailor is the villain. You should never have a suit like that.
Yeah, his tailor needed his ass whooped for that one.
Oh God, he do.
Oh God.
Yeah, what's the next one?
Please do.
Who is the villain in Baby Boy?
God damn.
We got Snoop as one of the villains.
Juanita, his mama.
Juanita, definitely.
Yo, let me explain why. Let me get this out real quick. His mama, because she put the first son out. She got with Melvin, and then it was like, you put up with his shit, and then you get with Melvin, and you don't want to deal with his shit. Then you already know that Peanut and Yvette don't get along, and you got Yvette sitting up there holding Peanut baby, knowing Peanut was on her way to come get the goddamn baby. You trying to get shit started. You know you ain't right for that one either. We know Melvin ain't shit.
No, I was about to say Melvin.
We know Melvin ain't shit. And
Melvin instigated too much. That was the issue.
And Yvette is a villain, and I'm gonna tell you why.
Who?
Because everybody, Yvette. Let me tell you why. You sat up here on this phone talking this shit to Snoop, making it seem like this motherfucker wants shit, getting Snoop to be like, okay, when I parole, I'm coming to your house. And you on some bullshit. You just as much as a villain. Jody a villain too. Don't get me wrong. Jody definitely a villain. Jody a villain too. But Yvette was on some bullshit because you sitting up here. He told you to put a block on the phone with your black ass, and you didn't do that. You over here telling, yeah. He live at home with his mama type shit. What's up?
And not to mention, you left your son in a house full of Crips smoking weed.
Say that shit again. Times 2.
Now the car there. We don't know where the fuck you at. The car there, but you not on. And these niggas is then meanwhile, my son is sitting on the floor. Niggas is getting high all around my son.
I hate
you. Left the car for that nigga if you really think about it, because why? That nigga drove over there to what's his name house, and he thinking it's Yvette and it's Snoop Dogg.
Oh, well, that's because you took the
money. He stole her keys.
He stole her keys.
But what I'm saying is though, you still run your mouth because how he gonna know where he at?
Well,
so everybody a villain. Everybody a villain.
Said, I know where his homie stays, so we gonna go there. But like I said, the fact is that you completely left the house with a convicted felon and his homeboys here, and they all getting high.
That you left him with the kid.
And didn't tell nobody nothing.
You didn't tell him nothing. You just left his son.
You wouldn't. If I was Jody, you wouldn't even have got my son again.
And Snoop definitely a motherfucking villain. How you gonna go over there and kick over his fort? The little boy only like 4.
His fort.
Fuck your fort.
I hate you.
I hate you too, little nigga. You ain't my son.
Let's not forget.
Let's
not forget $40.
No.
No, but we ain't gonna pass over Jody though.
Female. I ain't gonna say the B word. I'm gonna say sensitive ass female. And you want something to drink? I have some water, some strawberry.
P ain't no villain. He wasn't
not a villain. I'm just saying the shit that he said because I like it.
He was probably the only solid motherfucking dog.
We can't.
And Melvin ain't shit because I'll be damn. Look, I'll be damn if you scrambling eggs, greasy as shit in my kitchen at 7:45 in the morning. You
drinking Kool-Aid.
He was hella antagonistic. I will say that. Like that shit was.
That ain't the only part. You ain't gonna leapfrog my mama while Mike Tyson on CNN on TV at 2 o'clock in the morning. I'm kicking down your door and nah.
Hey, was I the only one? Was I the only one was hoping that his knee went out at that?
Hey, yo.
No, y'all missing everything. Jody getting into it with Melvin, and Melvin had knocked the shit out of the mom and knocked her ass all the way to a motherfucking plant. That's the funniest shit that be said.
That's true.
We was in there having a good old time playing cards.
But even in that situation, it was just like everybody wants to look at it like, oh yeah, Melvin, he was taking accountability for what he did. But the nigga was antagonizing this motherfucker up onto that point. Like, God damn.
The mama was shit because she accused Jody of planting that weed, right? And she already, I'm finna put your ass out of that. Find out it's Melvin. It's okay. It's all right. Don't say nothing. No, fuck that bitch. Get mad at that nigga like you got mad at me.
I did not agree.
Should they keep that same energy?
So wait, y'all, nobody gonna say Yvette co-worker with them straight backs?
Oh, hell yeah.
And Dora?
Exactly.
She ain't really a villain. She just a hoe that had an opportunity.
No. If we gonna keep the same energy that we did from all these previous stories, she is a villain.
Yeah,
she knew that man. She worked at the same office.
She did all that on purpose. She did all that.
Whether it's on purpose or not, it still make you a villain.
She's a villain. I'm saying, and a hoe with an opportunity.
And it's fucked up because
she didn't care.
She thought she was in the right because of the fact that it was like, oh yeah, I heard about you, hoe. Girl.
This is my favorite part right here.
Don't some glass houses, ma'am.
You know daddy did. No, this one right here. Didn't what's his name go upside your head? That's all right.
I was thinking about her too.
That's all right. Bitch, you stupid. All of them done.
Bumping your gun, talking to them hoes. Anyway, go ahead. To the comments.
Damn.
The kid says the Crip for stealing his punk ass bike and P for making Jody believe he was harder than he was.
Yeah.
Damn.
Leave them little
Y'all
boys
ready
alone, man.
for the next?
No, they deserve that ass kicking.
Oh man, my jaw.
Well, I was
Gotta-
fucked up. The last one got his ass whooped with a fucking belt.
No, but see, but Jody know that nigga P went completely overboard.
Right, he started laughing until afterward. He was like,
Right after he was like, wait a
I'm
minute,
being goddamn dead.
damn, like,
ouch,
yeah, bro, calm down.
you a thorough ass whooping, nigga.
Right.
Next,
"Who is the villain in Family Matters?"
Steve fucking Urkel.
Where do we
Fucking
start?
Laura.
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 Steve fucking Urkel.
Eddie,
Huh?
Carl Winslow.
No. And we go. You're right. But if I broke it down, this is my opinion. I'm going with Laura and Eddie because they were the two that always tried to use Steve for their benefit. They couldn't stand him unless it benefited them. In my opinion.
I will agree.
And like I said, for me, Steve, like I said, it's Steve because I'm gonna be honest with you. If the Winslows were still together, they probably still be in debt for all the damage that he did to their fucking house. Like,
Oh, wait.
Goddamn.
That house burned
tell
down.
me why I'm bullshitting. Tell me
Go
why I'm
ahead.
bullshitting.
No, go ahead.
And not to mention, every time he fuck up, he give you that sad puppy dog look and want to walk off screen all slow, and then everybody gotta feel sorry for his sorry ass. I'll be like, no, nigga, you just put a whole hole in my roof. Why do I gotta feel sorry for you?
I got y'all beat. You ready for this?
And me being, and if I was Carl, I'm like, you lucky I ain't shot your ass yet. Like,
So should we also blame his parents too?
And that's what I'm finna say. It's Steve's parents too, because they ain't
His
never there
parents
with
was
their
always
motherfucking
gone
child. They
and
always leaving.
neglecting.
They always leaving Steve and going out of the country on a vacation and leaving him with the fucking Winslows to the point where they move out of state and then he started living with them and then it just got even worse.
and then
Y'all ain't
not to
never told y'all
mention,
son to sit the fuck down, stop going to the neighbor's house. No, because y'all was tired of his ass too.
and not to mention, Steve supposed to be a fucking genius. Don't none of his inventions work except that fucking chamber.
I was
They
literally about to say
work,
that.
but then they malfunction. They work for like 2.5 seconds. They do work, and then they fuck up.
Yeah,
Trial and
they
error.
work. That's what I'm saying. And then when he fuck up, he want to sit up here. Get out, Steve.
But no,
Until he turns
you
stuff on.
allowed him to come in here with this contraction. You already knew what the hell you was about to do. You didn't allow him to come in here with this damn.
After he done begged you, like after. Come on, like I'm gonna show you.
Give this addition to try here.
Or he didn't walk his
How many
ass in
times
there
I'm
with the
allow you to
contraption.
burn down
Or
my
he
house
didn't walk
before you
his
burn
ass
it
in there
down?
with the contract.
But not only that, when he fucked up the restaurant,
and turned the
remember
motherfucker on without
He did
nobody
mess up the
knowing.
restaurant.
he
I
burnt
can't hear
down?
anything
Was
about
it,
it right now.
Burned down the restaurant.
was it
Exactly.
Rachel's place? Or no,
Yeah,
it became
no,
that was before it became
was
Rachel's
Leon,
place.
Yeah,
it was
before it became
Leon's
Rachel-
place.
Oh,
It
I'm
was
gonna
Leon's
cook
place.
something. You done fucked up and burnt the whole place down. Now the old little white man, like, I don't know what I'm gonna do. I ain't got no insurance. Then, okay, Steve goes and he makes card cheer where it gives him beer and makes popcorn. Oh, Steve, this is nice. You eating the popcorn? Steve, it's supposed to get hot. I don't know about this. Carl wasn't shit either because when he got shit and did shit for you, you liked it until it fucked up, and then all of a sudden, Laura wasn't shit because you used him until it benefited you, and then when he became Stefan, oh my god, ooh, blah blah blah, and then Eddie, we don't even talk about this dumb motherfucker because you used Steve for everything. When you got on that goddamn show, you wanted him to give you all the answers. Then you moved in into the dorms or the apartment together, and you blame him for shit. But then when he did shit right, oh Steve, I need this, and that. Carl, Eddie, and Laura won shit. I can't even say. The wife, what's her name? What's the wife's name? Harriet and Rachel. I can't even blame them because they actually
and
was
the grandma.
Nice and grandma. They were the three nice to him. Even Lil Richie was nice to Steve.
Lil Richie had his moment.
Every
He definitely did, but it wasn't as bad as Laura, Eddie, and Carl.
True, very true.
Also,
but like I said, this nigga done shoved the whole bowling ball in my big screen, and then. Like I said, he done got a contraption where he could fly. He done flew out my fucking house into my roof.
Through the roof.
Then
Gerald.
he did what?
At what point are you gonna change the locks on your house? This little boy can't just walk in my house no more. You an idiot for allowing this boy to keep on walking into your house.
That's a fact. I mean, I give you that, but see, like I said, but then when he fuck up, it's
Did I do that?
No, fuck that part. I don't care about that. Like, because we all know you did.
Like, yes, you did do that.
Yeah, and then go tell me I don't have to yell. You like I ain't killed you yet. The only thing that kept Steve in saving grace is that the fact that he did save Carl's life a couple times.
True.
When they were at the pond and the pond was frozen and Carl actually fell in.
Carl fell through the ice. And then when he got electrocuted.
Not to mention when Carl was trying to get his boss to be like, he trying to get his boss to like him so he can get the but the boss ended up liking Steve. So Steve had to come on there. That kind of was a helping thing until he sunk the boat. But before that, the boss really liked Steve, and that kind of helped Carl in the situation. I'm just saying.
I wanted to say one more thing about Laura, and it's not even in regards to Steve. Laura always judged motherfuckers too, because when it came down to, I do remember that one episode when it came down to Maxine and what she wanted to do with her life and how she just downplayed it because it wasn't on the same level of what she wanted to do. That was fucked up. And I feel like Laura always carried herself like that.
That was fucked up. The only time I will give Laura the benefit of the doubt is when she tried to warn her about the dude that Laura had dated, and that motherfucker tried to whoop her ass.
That's why I didn't mention that one, because that one was.
That's the only time I give her saving grace. Because Laura, all the shit she did, baby.
I'm not even gonna bring up the fact that when Steve went to live with basically Eddie and Waldo and whatnot, he bought the damn termites that ate the fucking apartment.
I forgot about that.
And then you just supposed to forget it.
And then next thing you know, they try to open the door like, whoo. Okay.
This ain't a villain, but I gotta ask this question: who was worse, Weasel or Waldo Faldo Geraldo?
But see, the thing is, we all know Waldo had a disability. We not gonna let that slip.
That's why I said Weasel, because
Weasel
was dumb just like Waldo. That's why I'm asking.
Weasel's stupid. No, Weasel's stupid, but the way Weasel act is like
Weasel had way
worse. He's way worse than Waldo. Waldo is a klutz. That's just what he is. Waldo is a klutz. But Weasel also, hey, yo, tall thing. How would you like to buy me lunch? Come here. I'm gonna get her. That was my shit.
But what was Weasel? I mean, Waldo's sister was named like Chihuahua or something, or Quesadilla, one of them.
I forgot.
That whole family was fucked up.
No, it was something.
I think it was like Chihuahua, something like
Quesadilla.
I think it was like Chiquita or something.
Either way it go, Eddie wasn't smart. He just had dumb friends, and that's why he leaned on
nobody in this whole sitcom is smart. If you really sit back and listen, like really watched it, nobody was smart.
I mean,
his friends was dumber than the average. Okay,
they weren't his friends initially. I feel like those were his minions. Because
that's exactly what they were. They do stupid shit. And Eddie's the popular guy that laughs at it. That's it.
I give you that. You definitely.
Now later on, I feel like, especially with him and Waldo, that more so became like a friendship for real. But in the beginning, they just seemed like they were his minions.
Let me point this fact out too. Eddie has never been a looker, but when he was younger, he was even worse.
Well, it doesn't matter now. He's not into your type of women.
I know.
But he
likes women with extra.
We're not going to talk about that one.
What's with that extra branch right there? Sorry.
Next movie.
Next show. Steve Harvey. Who was the villain in Steve Harvey?
Lavita Alisei Jenkins III.
Aaron, I love you. That is on my list.
Lavita is definitely one of them.
It's Lavita and it's Peggy. It's definitely Peggy. I'm gonna tell you what.
Oh, you talking about? I was like, who?
Peggy Greer. You talking about Miss Oswald Crisco, Peggy Greer?
Oh yeah,
Regina,
you talking
Peggy
about
Green.
Regina.
Oh, Piggy.
Levita always found a way to fuck up somebody's shit with her family or just
Every
doing shit
time.
every fucking time. Regina,
That's true.
she dogged Steve out, and then you get with him, but it's like all the shit that you did before you got with him and all the shit you did to him. Not to mention, honorable mention is Romeo, because Romeo got bully
You
headed
say
for a lot
Romeo.
of shit and everybody else in between. I'm just saying.
Romeo was dependent on his body to take him everywhere. That was what it
Well,
was.
his looks,
Well, shit.
period.
Well, shit. If that's the case, you might as well throw in Lydia in there. Lydia is a fucking villain because she
Lydia
thinks she's
was
better than everybody.
misguided half of the goddamn time. She was smart, but she was dumb at the same time, in my opinion.
Lydia was
Yeah,
too.
but also under the same breath,
by
she thought she was better than everybody else.
But I think
Lydia
that
lies
was
a
like, Lydia won. She literally wanted everything. She wanted every single accolade. She wanted to be at the top, and that's really what kind of corrupted her. To be honest,
and she really did not care how she got it.
If you think about what she was and how they always put it out there, it makes sense. As it refers to a certain type of
The token race.
Not even the race, but more of the religion.
Oh, okay. I see what you're saying. We will not say it.
No, we're not going to say it, but I'm going to point that out.
But if you know, you know.
Exactly. So that's what I feel.
Never thought about Levita, honestly.
Piggy was always not. Levita always started. First of all,
Piggy was always like Regina was always the first one for me. Always.
No. Levita
is number one.
She came into Cedric and Steve, and we're gonna put Cedric on there too because he was.
Cedric's villainous came from cleaning up behind his girlfriend.
It came from cleaning up Levita's mess.
When Levita had the whole family over,
time.
That was some bullshit.
Or when her aunt came over and they had to lie and all this other little shit, and then you couldn't kill that old bat with a such and such. Excuse me? No,
with a wooden stake and a silver bullet.
Auntie came over too. The auntie, Cedric auntie, that's the one that killed the bird or the pig.
The pig. Yeah. Oh yeah.
That was Cedric auntie. Where was she from? Jay?
Willacoochee, Georgia.
There you go.
But yeah, like Levita definitely was the
she's definitely up there, and Regina will be second.
Definitely. Okay. In my opinion. But Heather, who did you pick and why?
No, I said Regina.
No, but I'm saying why.
It was because of the way that she acted towards Steve. Like, I get you feeling a particular type of way, but you found every single moment, and this was before they got with each other, but you found every single moment to try to tear this man down. Like, why?
And then when you want something from you turn him into a fucking simp at the end of the day.
Yeah.
Get your conceited monkey ass the fuck out of here.
Oh, monkey!
I
don't know who you are tonight.
I don't think she turned him into a simp. I think he was already a simp. That was just trying to get boss lady, But
he turned him in. Well, she turned him into a bigger simp. We'll say that.
Okay. Well,
I
can
understand her reasoning to a certain degree, only because when they were in high school, he did mistreat her wrong because she was the big girl and they called her Piggy and all that stuff. But
what's wrong with keeping like I'm your boss? No,
it's not wrong with that.
Professional relationship,
professionalism.
I got you. She played off of him
and not to mention the reason why I didn't like Regina is because every time she was very competitive, and when she won, she always was quick to throw it in somebody else's face.
But that's what I'm saying. You gotta look at it two ways. I'm gonna play devil advocate with it. I do pick her as being a villain. But if you've ever been the fat kid or the kid that got picked on in school, and then you become a butterfly and you graduate from that, and you're starting to get things and do things that you didn't get when you were younger, it's kind of one of those things. I agree.
I mean,
Gerald, I'm not playing with you tonight.
But also, when she doesn't get her way, she throws a fucking fit. Like,
definitely
get the fuck over it. Like the song says, be humble, bitch, sit down.
Who is this person tonight, y'all? Who is this person? I don't know this person.
Anyway, next.
You have to charge your man the K Dog. You don't need to be Big
Next
Meech
movie
anymore.
is Menace to Society.
Lord Larry Hoover.
That's M. Dot right there.
Who is the villain in Menace to Society? I'll go first. Ronnie.
Who's Ronnie? Oh, Jada Pinkett.
Jada Pinkett. Why?
Oh.
Because
Bitch ass nigga Chauncey.
you over here fucking with this nigga who is really your baby daddy's was like your baby daddy's son, and he's young, and you over here fucking with this little boy.
I mean, it was practice for August.
And then
damn it. Sorry.
Jay, you the go. I'm gonna give you that tonight. You the go for that comment right there.
God damn.
Yeah,
You the motherfucking go.
We have to put that one in the clip.
Let me explain something to you.
Oh my god.
Y'all showing out tonight, and I fucking love it. Y'all showing out, and I love it.
Damn. That shit just came out. I shouldn't
You
have said
knew he was your baby daddy's little homie that he looked to as like his son, and you still fuck this boy, and then want him to leave him.
But at the same, but Pernell gave him a blessing though.
Hey, Pernell gave him a blessing, but let's be honest, because Pernell not getting out. But on all honesty, if Pernell was to get out, he probably would have fucked him up or fucked her up. Let's call a spade a spade.
I mean, to be honest with you, she had already said, she said, fuck Pernell. Like, she didn't give a fuck. She was done.
Didn't give a fuck. No, she didn't. That's why she brought him there. You wanted to get the blessing, but you really didn't care because you were still fucking with him before you got the blessing. You feel what I'm saying?
But it makes me wonder if it might be two reasons. Well, two reasons why she went. Because one, she was leaving, and probably it wasn't even his. Maybe it wasn't her. What's the word I'm looking for?
Pernell was her baby
daddy
that
wanted to do it. Maybe it was Kane. Maybe it was him that wanted to do it because that was his.
It wasn't Kane because he
was so young-minded. No, I don't see.
But you got to think about it like this: Kane first refused, like, no, I ain't with that. But she pulled on that charm though.
Exactly.
All the major characters in this movie is a villain to me in some shape or fashion. I don't think anyone's innocent. I think everybody played a villain role to the next character in the movie. To a degree, yes.
Yeah, they was. But I got a question because this has been said, and I think y'all know where I'm gonna go with this. Do y'all think Old Dog was really there, or do you think that he was a figment of his imagination that he's seen?
No,
I think he was really there.
He was really there.
I say that too, but I just wanted to ask because that's been brought up several times.
I take the movie literally and not figuratively.
Yeah, in a literal sense, like because Old Dog got arrested, so yeah.
And that's what I said, but I just wanted to see how everybody perceived the movie because that has been one of the things that a lot of people have talked about in the movie. They felt like Old Dog really wasn't there; his presence was just something of his figure of imagination. But I really felt like he was there. I
still don't get how they saw that, but
I don't either.
I do want to see
it for another time, and I can break it down to how they said it was from what I seen, but we're not gonna.
Yeah. But I actually agree with Aaron in that form of fashion because everybody played off each other and wasn't nobody safe really. Like as far as from being a villain at that point. I mean, you can pick and choose. You can pick and choose. You can pick and choose your villain and pick who's the bigger villain out of whomever at this point.
I got a question though. What's his name, Daddy? Who was played by Rock, or the dude that played the character on Rock? Was he a villain?
Charles S. Dutton.
Yeah,
I never saw him.
I don't see him as a villain.
I saw,
but he wasn't a main character either per se, right?
Well, I mean,
I saw him as another voice of giving positivity,
a voice of reasoning.
Mm-hmm. Oh, there we go. I did see him as another voice of reasoning.
I'm just asking because somebody can take something and spin it the wrong way, but I just want everybody to like say what they need to say and get it out the right way. That's all I'm asking. If you feel like he could have been, if you feel like he could have been,
Who wasn't shit?
Chauncey wasn't shit.
Oh, come on now.
That's the obvious.
It's real obvious.
This is groping on, so you want to be
but I must admit,
in the fucking tape because you got your ass beat.
No, Doc was probably my favorite character for that though. Like, man, this is a good ass fight. This one like Kane beating your ass the other night, man. Like that was probably the funniest shit.
Like fuck Kane. Fuck yeah.
Hey, look, this is you on this TV. You got your ass whooped. I don't care what you're talking about over there. That was like by far the funniest scene.
Okay. The next show or the movie, rather, Class Act. Who's the villain in Class Act?
Everybody.
Y'all want to go? Let me go first. Oh, you said everybody.
Everybody.
What,
the main villain to me is Blade Brown. Blade Brown is the main villain to me. Everybody plays a villain, but I feel like Blade is the reason why a whole bunch of shit got started. If you just really want to keep it a buck.
Yeah, you can say that, but then like the principal prejudged Duncan Pender Hughes.
They fucked up. I wouldn't necessarily Duncan Pender Hughes. I think more so when Duncan Pender Hughes, when it first started, it was more of a peer pressure thing. You feel what I'm saying?
It definitely
and
was.
Then he just kind of went along with it. But in the beginning, I feel like it was Blade Brown and the principal and them because they fucked up all the shit. And then
that one push,
Blade did start the chain of reaction.
But I got one question. Y'all ready for that?
Teacher that was a hoe.
Hold on.
Who's hoe?
That teacher.
Wait.
They want to hear about the fuel injection.
I'm for the action.
Oh God.
Can I hang with you? Can I roll with you?
Put your sucker up.
It depends on how big your shaft is. Woo.
Aaron, was that not the perfect timing for that though? Come on.
Wait, Aaron, you mentioned that. You mentioned that teacher. I'm talking about the other teacher. I don't know what fucking
reading is fundamental.
You talking about Rhea Perlman?
Yes. Her ass had no motherfucking business flirting with a goddamn student. Just because.
Well, let's be honest, it's not nothing new. You know how many teachers and fucked their damn students and got away with it and then got caught?
Still make you a villain. Still make you a villain.
What I'm saying is it makes you a villain, but let's be honest. It ain't nothing new. We didn't see that shit.
I mean, but we can go back to all the previous stories and movies and TV shows and say the same thing about the misguided behaviors of these people.
That's definitely true. It's definitely true. Okay, let me see. I got another one for y'all.
We got to mention Tommy's character, Mink. We got to mention.
That's what I said, Mink. I was like, Mink and Wedge. Those are my villains right there.
You got to mention the two.
You got one in you.
What's those two older guys that was helping Blade Brown,
Fruity and Go-Go?
Fruity and Go-Go.
Y'all grown men on a high school campus helping somebody get beat up. Like,
I just thought about that.
Grown ass me.
Let's be honest.
A lot of these older movies got a whole bunch of grown ass people that look grown playing high school kids. It's crazy as fuck to me. Like, how did you expect us to believe that these are high school kids when they're grown? Full force?
Full force, grown men.
But grown ass men with crop tops and shit on. I don't give a fuck how you flip it. They don't look like they in high school, and you can't make me think that.
And clearly these niggas ain't playing sports. So why they this damn big?
we got Duncan Pender Hughes at the restaurant that was damn near a bar that should have been like damn near you got to be 21 over to get in this place, but you know, of course there's no alcohol, but back in high school I was nowhere near going to no restaurant like that.
Right.
Them niggas was going to clubs and shit. I'm like,
and then you got Pootie Tang and his gang who clearly in their 30s hitting on old girl from Boys in the Hood.
And like you said, that wasn't a Jerry curl, that was lemon juice. That's natural.
So since we're doing that, and they're one and the same, but not really, let's go to House Party. Who's your villain in House Party?
Wait, we don't mention we ain't gonna forget Demeter either, but we can go to House Party. Go ahead.
Demeter ain't shit. She ain't shit. You didn't want him, then you wanted him. We ain't going.
Thought you were gonna play with my frog.
I'm about to say you only
As,
wanted,
as, as the old saying goes,
and then the crazy
she
thing is
belongs to the
you
streets.
only wanted the
Thank
guy
you,
because of
Meech.
you only wanted the guy because of his reputation.
That's
That's
it.
true.
And the moment you found out he was a square, like you kind of
didn't
felt
want him no
differently
more.
for a
You
second.
Yeah,
can't,
you feel
and you
different.
dumped
You
them
feel
off.
different.
I mean, but he still
But
tapped though at the end. I mean,
So let's go to house party. Who y'all feel is the villain house party? We talk about house party 1. Let me clarify.
Martin again. Martin again.
Martin. But Bilal dragon
Uh,
breath ass
yeah,
motherfucker.
Bilal definitely ain't shit.
Clay.
Play
I was
and
thinking
Sheree.
Clay took off
Shireen ain't
with
shit either.
Shireen,
Don't
yes.
let
Yep.
that whole get past nothing. Shireen
Clay
was
took off with Martin's car to take the girls and the DJ equipment to the party and
No,
let
it
Martin sit on the
And let them
stage.
sit
that
on
was
the
his
stool.
car. That
It was his
his
car, but it was Martin equipment. And he put
Yes,
his all
yes.
he put his
That
whole
was
homeboy out on the porch to
and
let a
scratching
female
all
go
this
with him.
shit too.
And Shireen
Yeah.
ain't shit because she wouldn't give him a kid no play until she realized that what's her name liked him. Then you want to even play when you give him some play when you was all up on play. You ain't nothing but trifling. Go take your ass back home and drink you some damn diabetic Kool-Aid with your uncle. That's what the fuck you need to do with your trifling control ass.
At the end of the day, though, I would say that, they did go around and get that bail money for kid though. So at the end of the day,
I desperately want to know what that price was because
Yeah.
how did y'all get that?
$50.
I wonder how the hell they got all the money.
yeah, that still be a question that we'll never know the answer to.
But I'm gonna be honest with
and
you.
I'm gonna say this for the for the record that kid was probably the stupidest nigga on earth for getting completely butt naked to get into a bed, knowing that your father would sleep on the couch when you left, and you thought that this nigga was really like not gonna whip your ass for
motherfucking clothes on, or at least
Nigga, I'd have put on
You thought
extra
you was
clothes.
gonna escape an ass whooping?
right.
No,
Like hell no.
even more than that, you weren't nothing on.
Right, you got on tidy whities about to.
To be honest with you, though, Kid was a bit of a villain himself because it's like, how you gonna sit here? You gonna try and get with Shireen and then that doesn't fall through. Then you go over to.
But we're not gonna act like that's not how like thirsty men act at the end of the day either, though. So
No, I'm not saying that's not how they act.
Right, because if you're not getting play from somebody, you're gonna go to the
you
next
gonna find play from somebody else.
Yeah,
Someone's gonna bite.
Right, but like
I got my fishing pole in the water and a fish is gonna bite.
But like I say, but at the same token, Sheree was doing the same shit though.
Most definitely,
because Sheree knew that kid was about to be on punishment for however long, so they're not about to. So you're not going to be
They ain't
available.
about to hook up.
You're not about to be available for anything that's gonna happen on the weekend. So now I'm about to go for the one that's what's the name? And then like I said, Shireen didn't even want to deal with him until then. Like I say, Sydney actually was about to go the far route with kid. Then it became play. Did I tell you how good you looked in that suit? And knowing that suit was trash. Like
we ain't gonna mention Stab, Zilla, and Pee Wee. Like, come on now.
Well,
y'all grown men chasing high schoolers to a house party, trying to beat them up and burn down the house.
Look here,
burning house.
After the police beat me up, I just would have went home.
Listen,
after the police,
we not gonna mention Chill bumping that goddamn fucking table.
Oh yeah, he was a dick.
No, Chill just ain't got no rhythm.
He not a villain. He got no rhythm.
Like,
I'm sorry, that nigga was a villain to me because of the fact that
don't bump the table. I'm trying to fix.
No, if you gonna go there, you might as well say Groove is the fucking villain for getting drunk the way he was,
and then I carry you home. You know damn well you the heaviest one out of the group.
I see the light.
Drinking whatever the fuck he was drinking.
He thought he could handle his liquor because he got over there and started dancing into it. That dance fucked him up. I'm just saying.
That's true.
Once he did that, then he was game over.
After that, they totally forgot about it. They forgot about him,
so it's time to take him home.
He forgot about it because they play tripped over him.
Yeah, he was on the floor the whole rest of the movie.
Out in the kitchen,
right?
Like, he knocked out in the kitchen, so
he got paid to lay on the ground most of the movie.
And then in part 2 became a preacher. But anyway, that's another story another day.
Why I just realized that.
Think about it, sister. Think about it.
I never thought about that.
That's facts, because I didn't remember that either. Okay. This one gonna be interesting. Who's the villain on the Cosby Show?
I'm gonna
All
let
them
Gerald
fucking
take this
kids.
one.
Mm-hmm.
All the kids. Denise, Vanessa.
I want to give my answer.
Go ahead.
Vanessa, she was the worst out of all of them. Theo did shit and got in
My
trouble.
answer.
Denise was one of those kids that kind of just played her own tune. Sandra, you didn't really hear too much about. Theo got in trouble, and I feel like Theo was the kid that they always wanted to do life lessons with. But Vanessa, think
She
about the
was.
shit that she did. She left. She went out of state,
Yeah,
somewhere she
big
wasn't supposed to
fun.
be. Had fun. Then she got drunk with her friends. Like, it was a lot of shit that Vanessa did. You sneaking out to see a boy. You getting your sister involved. Vanessa was the worst child out of them. Vanessa is the villain, in my
And then,
opinion.
not to mention, if I'm not mistaken, she went like you said, she went to another state, got the car stolen,
Uh-huh.
and
And the
I was
people,
just,
didn't the friend's house burn down or something happen? And that's how they
One
found
goddamn
out because there
episode.
was a fire.
I don't remember
All in
that.
one motherfucking episode.
And
Yeah.
I was just like, yeah, Vanessa was definitely one to Vanessa would have been killed if she was living in my house.
Oh, not to mention
Yeah,
she
she def-
stuffed her bra and they did that whole little come on, baby, do the locomotion. That shit. And her mom was like, and take that stuff out of your bra. Don't put the tissue back. Like, come on now. Vanessa was the villain on the show. All the kids did some shit, but Vanessa was the worst. In my
Have big fun.
Yeah.
No loss told.
Big fun.
you can say Bud was a villain, but that's only because he followed after his brother. His brother was
Yeah.
But Bud's brother was a villain too.
Right.
God damn.
I'm just saying.
Damn.
I don't believe a woman should work. She should be at home cooking my dinner, is what she should be doing.
Oh my God.
I was like, I love but what's funny with it. But anyway.
Let me ask this question. When it comes to women, who had the worst I don't want to call it ideal of women? Bud or Melvin? Or Alvin? Bud or Alvin?
Well, I mean, the crazy thing is we're going a grown man versus a little kid.
No. But think about it. If you think about it, let's take the age out. Think about how Alvin talked about women and how you shouldn't do this. And this is when he first started dating Sandra. And then think about all the shit that Bud used to say based off of his brother. And that's his ideology of how he thought about women. Who had the worst?
Was
Of
Bud.
the two?
At the worst of the two, I mean,
Yeah,
I
make
mean,
you
it
think.
sounds like it would be Alvin because Bud was only pretty much going with
I
what
said
he
take
learned.
age out.
You,
But
you
take
can't
age
go
out.
off of that.
You can't take
You can't go off of age or you can't go off of influence. Just think of just straight off thoughts.
just straight off their thoughts. Like,
So
let's
what
just
they
say
said.
I got to give it to Alvin on that one because it's basically on the ideology of how women should do and how they should behave until he got humbled in the worst possible way.
Very humble.
First of all, I'm gonna bring him a cup of coffee, just like he brought up me a cup of coffee earlier today. Sorry, I'm getting ready to do all this, but I can't do it right now.
That made me want to go back and watch that episode just for that.
They're Huxtable.
But if you really want to think about it, I want to say Bud because Alvin, he was kind of like, oh, I thought, and just like his thought process telling it. Bud, on the other hand, was just like, no, woman, you're going to do this and you're going to do that, as opposed to his thinking of,
He didn't have no thoughts of his own. So whatever
his brother said,
yeah, I mean, like he didn't even take the time to even think about what his brother was saying or doing at the time. Like he was just like, "Oh, that's Bible. That's
right." But think about it. Like you're what 7, 8-year-old kid, so you're easily influenced by your older brother.
And that's what makes it so hard to kind of answer this question. So
let me change it.
But if you were taking it out, I think Bud had the worst thoughts.
For sure.
But
it's not.
Go ahead, Aaron. I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say, what if I said, who said the worst stuff about women?
Oh, Bud, without a shadow of a doubt.
Definitely Bud.
Bud, without a
If
shadow
I
of a doubt.
change to that. Anybody else got anything to say before I go to the next one?
Nope.
Yeah,
This is going to be a bit of a change. I'm going to flip it. Who was the villain in Rugrats?
Oh, what's his name with the glasses?
Chucky?
Chucky. Chucky got everybody in trouble. And then he want to cry about it.
Because he was killed.
Well, take your scary ass home and stop doing stuff. It's actually a lot of villains.
So, Dr. Lipschitz, for one, because he didn't know what the fuck he was talking about for kids. Stu and Dee Dee, because let me refer back. Hold on, before I say Stu and Dee Dee.
Not the twins.
Grandpa, no, Stu and Dee Dee is the mom and daddy of
okay.
Baby Tammy, yeah.
Of who?
Baby Tammy.
Who the fuck is Baby Tammy? Tommy?
Oh yeah, and then you know then you got
you got Grandpa. I think Grandpa had the mom and daddy because they was leaving.
Y'all don't get it.
Grandpa and Grandpa, I think, had dementia. He was always motherfucking sleeping. So Grandpa wasn't watching them damn kids. Like, why are you leaving all them damn kids to Grandpa, who we know live in a nursing home, who always fucking sleep? Then y'all Dr. Lipschitz and y'all keep reading his books and the books don't make no motherfucking sense. Tommy always keeping people going through all this shit. I feel like Chucky was like, you know what, Tommy? I'm tired of this shit. Leave me the fuck alone. I'm gonna tell somebody because I don't feel like going through all these motherfucking adventures you got us going through today.
I'm just gonna say that Tommy, I think baby Tammy was the villain because first of all, Bill and Jill was they
Bill and Lil. It's Bill and Lil.
This guy.
Y'all ain't never seen the movie? Y'all ain't never seen the movie when the guy was getting all their names wrong? That's what I know their names. Like, but yeah, you got Baby Dale who was and then little Chunky and poor Amelia. So
and then Angelica was a villain herself because she was fucking with the kid. Angelica needed her ass whooped.
Like I said, I think Tommy, it was something wrong because first of all, Tommy walking around in a diaper for 6 seasons, and then they never changed him. He pulling every single thing out of
full too.
What?
That diaper stayed full.
Right, diaper stay full of he be pulling screwdrivers out the fucking shit, pulling and I'm like, this kid need a tetanus shot before y'all next event.
Damn,
not a
tetanus shot. Like this shit is horrible.
But have anybody ever heard the dark side of like the Rugrats?
I've heard
the dark side is that Angelica is the only child, right? Phil and Lil were stillborn babies. All of those kids were figment of her imaginations because she was the only child. So they were like real, but like okay. Stu and Dee Dee were infertile, so they couldn't have kids. The twins were stillborn babies. Chucky, I can't remember what they said about Chucky, but it was like all of those kids were actually figments of her imagination. And because she was the only child, that's the only way she got to cope with life is having them around. So that's why she always got away with all the shit she got away with when it came to those kids.
I did kind of hear something about that.
That's the dark side of the actual Rugrats story.
That is for real. God damn, we can't have nothing.
The dark side of a lot of shit is crazy. I'm just saying.
We ain't gonna get started on Peter Pan, but anyways,
I know that story.
Yeah.
I think I want to know.
Okay. I'm trying to get a good one. New Jack City. Who's the villain in New Jack City?
Nino Brown. I'm not. We had this discussion. I'm still going with Nino Brown. This motherfucker was evil. Evil.
And Keisha won shit either.
Insane.
Mother say
Is this nigga throwing somebody off the goddamn bridge? The first goddamn in the first 5 minutes is him throwing off somebody off the goddamn bridge. He killed his own motherfucking brother. He slept with his bitch. He didn't give a fuck about his girlfriend and put her business on the street of the fact that she couldn't have any goddamn kids. He used a kid as a goddamn shield when they were shooting at his motherfucking ass. Nino.
Well, damn. Okay.
He's the main one, but there's others. You know,
I know others.
You can throw in G Money in there also.
G Money, Ice T's character, Mario Van Peebles' character.
I'm gonna say the dude that shot Nino. He's a villain.
Oh, the old man.
Adolator!
Your soul's required in hell.
Shot him with the same gun they killed Abraham Lincoln with.
What the hell?
It's time to end this show.
Okay, I got one more, and this is
just for desperate measure, you know he only had one shot in that gun, so he had to make sure that shit.
Yeah, there was enough time to repack the gun, get some more gunpowder.
So he had to get it right on the first try.
Nah, Uniqua was a bit villain.
Okay.
How you gonna fuck within the family? Ain't that?
They did it, so why not? But anyways, okay. This is a 2-part question. The first one is, who was the villain in The Best Man?
The movie.
Yeah, the movie.
You're about to say, start with the women first, and then work our way to the men.
I'm going to say Mia and Jordan, then Harper and Quentin. And the reason being is because Jordan did too much to try to get the book. Mia knew she slept with Harper. Harper knew he was wrong. And Quentin, because he always started shit, and he wanted to make sure that what's his name got the book to read it.
Mm-hmm.
I will say, yeah. But I feel like with Quentin also, his reasonings for doing that was
because he wasn't shit. I don't think it was the Humble Harper. What was it? A Humble? He wasn't really. Harper wasn't doing too much.
Okay, think about the conversation that they had while they were getting their tuxes. The fact that Harper would always get on him about his decisions in life, who he was fucking with. And he went off on him and he told him, he said, you know what, you always sitting here and you judging everybody for everyone else's shit when you got your own shit that you need to be worried about. So I feel like it was a mixture of petty.
Right.
And it was also like, no, nigga, your shit needs to be exposed while you sitting here talking about, at least I lay my shit out. At least niggas know that I ain't shit.
We not gonna act like Shelby ain't a fucking villain either.
I was waiting for somebody to say
it.
Bruh, you thought I thought it, you said it. Thank you.
You ain't gonna act like Shelby ain't no fucking villain.
We didn't get there yet, but Shelby, yes.
No, because when motherfuckers was naming him, I was like, Shelby?
She definitely isn't, but I was
this is gang about Shelby Day.
Okay. So we have that. Everybody answered that?
Oh, and the villain is Sweet Lex too. That's the dude who brought all the girls that bought all the girls.
Oh, okay. And then my next
one, you don't know where the IHOP.
Who do you think was the villain in the Best Man series final chapter? I'm going with Robin. I'm going with Robin, and I'm going with Shelby.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Damn, Shelby in 2 times. Congratulations.
Okay,
Shelby.
let me tell you why I'm going with Shelby. Because when what's his name married old girl, the stripper, Shelby had a slick ass mouth towards her. I'm just gonna be real honest with you.
That's true.
Shelby had a slick mouth towards her, and a lot of shit that Shelby did was fucked up. When I say Robin did a lot of shit behind Harper's back. Not to mention she was cheating. And you can't always play the victim when you are the person being the villain. You kept doing stuff instead of paying attention. Now, I will say this. Harper had some villain moments, so he is somewhat of a villain. But Robin's was way worse than his. So I'm not going to exclude him from being a villain, but Robin definitely was a villain. Because she did a lot of shit, buying shit before, them talking about it, or the stuff that she did. She was really the villain. It's like, how you get mad at this man because he's trying to say, before we get into this and buy this, let's make sure this is what you want to do, for the simple fact of, based off her track record of, I want to be this, then you don't do it. I want to be this, and then you don't do it. I want to be this, and then you don't do it.
Like a consistency.
Before we invest anything into anything, let's make sure this is what you want to do.
Like a consistency.
I will agree when it comes down to the main thing that makes Robin a villain, at least to me, is her wanting to go to a completely different country with her child, and her making that decision, and it solely being her decision, and Harper not being involved in it. But I will say also, I understand where you're coming from, Patrice, in regards to her making impulsive decisions and not sticking to them. She already has a track record of that. But I also can see her feeling a specific type of way being in that marriage, and how Harper moved, as far as him always making decisions not for the family, but him always making decisions based on how he felt about it. So it's kind of they're both in the wrong, honestly, but her more so, because again, you're making permanent decisions, and you're not involving Harper in it. Like that at the end of the day, you may not feel a specific type of way towards him being your husband, but that's still the father of your child.
So if the child wasn't involved, does it make her less?
No, she's still a villain, because they both, in my opinion, they both did the same thing. He brought a house without getting her input in and say, yes, let's get this house. She got the time, the place where she wanted to work at without getting involved. Then you want to leave without actually getting involved and say, this is what I'm going to want to do. So in that instance, I think they both were villains, because it wasn't like they were in a marriage where they both had input. It was kind of like, my choice.
Their communication was definitely sour.
It was definitely off. And it was like, okay, whatever I feel is what I'm going to do. And I felt like that was on both their ends.
But we ain't going to talk about...
Basically, I was going to say, it was basically, it got to a point where they were basically tolerating each other at that point.
If that.
We ain't going to talk about her emotional cheating if we go back to like the stories.
That's what I said. And her cheating. I said that.
Oh.
She definitely cheated emotionally. And that was another thing. That's why I said she was a villain.
But again, it was one of those things where it's like, here we go again. Harper's gone. Harper's gone.
I don't think so.
I'm not saying that. Okay. I'm not saying that is an excuse to still go ahead and do it. But what I'm saying is the reasons of why she didn't feel, she wasn't okay in that relationship anymore. But the thing is, if you're going to do that, take the right ways to do that. Like, wait, weren't they going to therapy too?
I'm not for sure, but I feel like she liked Oh Boy because he shared the same interests as her. Mm-hmm. And that's where the emotionally cheating came from. I don't even think necessarily that it was just because Hopper was doing this and that and the third. I feel like it was because he had more in common with her at the time of the things that she wanted to do.
Everything that Harper wasn't was what Oh Boy gave her, basically.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. It was just the complete opposite of what she needed in her life at the time. And Harper didn't understand that part. Harper thought that by putting us in a bigger house, giving us a better, putting us up in the suburbs, like you're put away.
Stability or whatever. And that's
you're basically putting your career before your family.
That's it. But
we're not gonna talk about Jordan.
Fortunately, Unfortunately for that situation, he was trying to do good. He just went about it the wrong way. You know how you want to
Yeah,
do good for somebody, but you don't go through the steps to do it the right way, and you feel like you are, but you didn't go through the necessary steps for it to be the right way.
it's no longer just about yourself when you're in a marriage. It's you know,
Exactly.
it's you know,
And then remember, Harper, it wasn't even just only the issue with Robin. Like, remember the issue that he had with Merch too. Like, Merch put him in his place. He told him, like, I told you this was going to get messy, but you decided to go it about your way, like you always do. So it's with Harper. He also has that track record of trying to handle things the way that he wants to, and then it always turns into something different. As
It
Yeah.
opposed
always
to
backfires.
listening.
Let me ask
in a different relationship, there wouldn't be in a relationship where a woman is not as independent as what Robin was. It wouldn't have been a problem, but because she's very independent and very self sufficient, it it let's be clear. Like you know, Robin doesn't have to like depend on what's his name's financial gain
Harper.
or Harper's paycheck or nothing. Like she's not a stay at home mom, or in a sense, whatever. She provided for herself, and they both can go out and make moves to where like I'm gonna move out the country, or I'm gonna buy a big house. So at the end of the day, it wasn't as. I just think if the situation was different, and the results may be different, but because of who they are as individuals, they're two individuals going separate directions instead of going in the same direction.
Let me ask you this.
Mhm.
Do you think because the kitchen that she wanted to do was to feed people for free is the reason why? Do you think that's the reason why he wanted to give that stability of a home that they could have for their own? Do y'all think that? Because, being that you have to come out of pocket for everything and you don't have donations and you're paying for this,
Yes
do
and
you?
no. I think Robin had a big heart, and
Right.
and
And
Yeah,
Harper was more of a hustler, go getter.
yeah,
You know
like he does everything for financial gain at the end of the
yeah.
day.
exactly.
That's why I'm
Mhm.
So
asking
yeah,
about. Do y'all feel like it? Would that be like
if
Look,
if it don't make
yes,
dollars, it don't
yes
make sense.
and no.
If it don't make dollars, it don't make sense for Harper.
yeah?
I
Because
still
I,
feel
I
like
mean
it's just
I can
their
see
own
It's
it
kind of
thing.
because
half and half.
if she's not working, okay, let me put it this way. If you have a significant other that's not working, but they're buying a lot of stuff to help feed people for free, do you think, okay, I need to do what I need to do to make sure that we have what we need because there's really no income coming in?
But there's ways of going around and doing it. Like you can go out and get you a nonprofit, or go ahead and get you like a LLC and get like grants and
That's
loans.
absolutely correct, but she didn't have that. So I'm just speaking from the movie in general. If
But
she didn't,
Um,
I just again
based off what we know, I'm just saying based
Harper
off.
was just the guy again. Like, everything was about financial gain. So at the
Right.
end of the day, why am I busting my ass? And you hear when they like give it away for free, like
Right.
that's it's again it's complete opposite. It's,
Especially,
like,
especially, especially if it's something that people will buy at the end of the day.
yeah,
Right.
I feel like it was for looks as well, because remember going back to the second one when he was struggling, he didn't want nobody to know. He wouldn't tell anyone. He was
he
trying
was,
to
I
stay
think that's a
safe.
pride thing. And to be honest with you,
and plus,
go ahead,
plus he
Nick.
was embarrassed. I was gonna say he was embarrassed. Like he basically he didn't want sympathy from the people that love him the most. At the end of the day,
Yeah,
and,
I
and
get
most
he didn't want to see he didn't want them to see him like when he's at his lowest.
most men is like that when it comes to pride and being the head of family. Like, you know, we could be going through the worst and we still won't say nothing and we won't ask for help, or we'll try to keep our composure. We don't let the family know what's going on, but that's most men
Right.
in
Like
our
you damn, like your house is damn near getting foreclosed on before we figure it out. And then we like, bro, all you had to do was say something. We would have put something together to where we could have helped you. But
Yeah,
yeah.
we tried to put on that brave face, like it goes back to the pride thing.
but
We
I
don't
mean, but at the same time, some especially back in the day, men were taught to be men and they were taught to
be
hold
the
on to them
breadwinner and
hold on
support
to them feelings
everything.
and not
right.
depend on other men and definitely not their women in order to get them out of any type of situation like that.
So the
Right.
fact that the fact that I'm struggling at one point, I get things back on point, and here you are doing things for the free. You can see where the difference in opinion might come in at.
Right, I feel you.
I'm going to mention one more. I know this will be a bit controversial, and also I know that it's not going to be it's going to be very typical coming from me. But for a second, Lance was the villain in the series, and this is solely based on how he handled the situation with his son. And I get it. I understand when you're raised a specific type of way. If you are raised within Christianity, you know, it is seen as it not being. It is seen as being immoral. It's a lot of things with that. But the reason why that I feel like it kind of contradicts is because, again, you were doing all this cheating, you were doing all this shit, and that doesn't go against the word, but this does. And I felt like the way that he handled it in the beginning was very hurtful. And in certain situations, that can send you never know what that can send a child into.
Can I play devil's
But
advocate for a
he did
minute?
learn, he did understand, he did finally come to terms with it because he would rather he didn't want to lose them.
Okay. Can I play
As
devil's
a child.
advocate for a minute?
Yeah, go ahead.
I could have seen you saying that in part one because of the shit that he did, even though he was with Mia. But I feel like in the series, it's kind of like, you know, when an old person is raised a certain way and it's kind of hard for him to get out of that. I really feel as though it was more so he didn't know how to understand it. So I wouldn't really necessarily call him a villain for it because he don't understand it. And when it's something that you don't understand, it's hard to accept until you get somebody to help you understand it. So I wouldn't call him a villain for that, because when it comes to certain things and raised how you were raised, this is the shit that happened. And let's be clear, in part one, where you talking about he did all that he did, he repented to God, he asked for forgiveness, and all those things.
But
No, go ahead, Aaron. Go ahead.
if we don't keep the same standard across the board with tonight's show, you can do bad to somebody, turn around and do good to somebody. You can still be a villain in somebody's life, although you turn the table around.
You're
So
correct.
go ahead.
You were correct, but I was just saying, I feel like he was a villain.
Yeah.
But I can understand why you would say he was a villain in the first one. The second one, I can still kind of understand it. But it's one of those things where if you were raised and taught a certain way, until you can understand it, you're always going to feel like it's wrong. You get what I'm saying? Like anything that is not seen but from God's eyes or in the Bible is considered wrong, right? But until you understand it and realize it, understand how it goes, or that it affects a person a certain way, it's always going to feel wrong to you because of how you were raised and brought up. So I get what you're saying, but I wouldn't have necessarily called him a villain. I would have called him misguided for that particular reason. I would have called him a villain in part one because he knew what the fuck he was doing and that. But being that in this, he didn't understand, the wife wasn't there, and so he's trying to manage and understand these things, and he didn't have nobody to show him differently.
And I completely understand that. Like, off of initial reaction, yes, that was going to be his reaction because of what he was taught. But then you also have your friends around you that are explaining to you.
They didn't at first. At
first they did.
But so once they explained it to him, that's when he started learning and understanding.
Honestly, I feel like what triggered it was when they went missing. That was what really finally broke him down and understood that I can end up losing my child because of how I was taught. So
but that's usually how lessons are learned.
That's true.
I'm not trying to discredit you. I'm really not. But we live in a day and age where a lot of things has changed for a lot of people. And when you don't understand or you wasn't raised a certain way, that's just kind of like life until somebody breaks it down for you, or you have some type of life-changing, altering event that makes you think differently, unfortunately.
And I get that. I completely understand that. Like, I get where you're coming from. But in the midst of that misunderstanding, the actions that you have towards it can also still have long lasting effects. Like I know a couple of people who, even though now they're, either their parents or their grandparents, like they're open to understanding it in their head because of what they went through previously, it's hard for that to be removed. So correct. I get where you're coming from as far as being able to remove yourself from what you've been taught as, as a kid. But on the other side, it's like those actions still have long lasting effects.
That's definitely true. And I agree with you 100%. I'm not going to discredit that or nothing. I actually agree with you 100%.
It's easier to spot like who we feel who the villain is, but at the end of the day, I feel like a lot of the stories you mentioned tonight or TV shows we mentioned tonight are real life situations that happen like day to day in the real world, whether it's acrimony, whether it's waiting to exhale, whether it's the best man, like these are all real life situations. And a lot of times it's easier to see like, okay, this person played a villain role from the outside looking in, but like in the actual storyline, be like, it may not be such a villainish type of situation. It just might be a personality type of situation. So
it may not be black and white. It could be just a gray area. I understand. You're definitely correct for that. I appreciate you.
We talked about everybody and we still didn't talk about Jordan. We still didn't go in depth about Jordan.
Nobody talked about Jordan and nobody talked about Mia. Mia definitely was a villain.
Damn, I forgot. We didn't talk about
Mia. The movie, yes.
I mean, just to break it down, Mia was a villain because you specifically picked Harper.
Knowing that was his friend. But he was friends.
But Harper is just as guilty as what Mia is.
That's what we said though.
We did said that.
So like let's not separate the two. Let's make sure we keep them.
There's definitely no separation. Harper was a villain. And then what made it even worse is because you wrote it in the book and you aired that laundry that should have been kept a fucking secret.
And it wasn't hard to figure. It wasn't hard to figure out who these characters are in your book. Like it wasn't. Yeah, they figured it out really, really fast on who.
Right, because Jordan thought it was about her until you said a kiss on the fucking forehead or the frontal lobe.
But only you and I didn't sleep together. So.
Yep. He wanted to purge his guilt.
But like I said, Jordan is the complete villain because like y'all mentioned earlier, she did everything in her power to get that book. So like he explained to her they would have been in marital bliss before the book would even have came out.
And what the fuck is that smell? I'm sorry.
You wrote
like I said, but yeah. So
would it have made it any different? The book came out after they got married.
Honestly, it could.
I think so because I don't think that what's his name? What's the husband name? Lance. I don't think Lance would have put 2 and 2 together. I'm gonna be honest with you.
I think he would have. I think it would have been the same. It would have been the same result.
Maybe
he would have put 2 and 2 together. I mean, that ass whooping would have came. Ass whooping would have.
He would have got his ass whooping.
I feel like
way sooner.
I feel like
he'd have got that ass whooping later. He'd have got the ass whooping way later. Like, or possibly the funny thing is he probably would have had to call him because they all didn't live in the same city. So,
but at the end of the day, like, if we being real, this is how real life situations always happen. Like, we're not
then the real villain is fucking Mia and Lance, and really just Mia and Harper. Because if Harper would have just shut his fucking mouth and not put it out to the goddamn world, none of this shit would even happen.
But that's beside the point. Like, at the end of the day, you're marrying people in your inner circle, and this inner circle has got skeletons in the closet that should have never either went to their grave or should have never been discussed. So, like, it's just like, bro, hey, you're my boy, but I messed with your girl back in college. Please, before you get down on one knee and propose to this woman, that's what it is. If you still want to be with her, then fine. If not, I'm your boy, and I told you what it was.
But that
was also Lance's fault because you believed that she was so perfect.
Yeah, you thought she was pure and innocent.
But you thought you were. I'm not gonna put that on Lance. I'll put that on Mia because even more like, hey, I'm about to marry you, and I need to get this off my chest.
And that should have been in.
This is a conversation that needs to be had before you make your final decision as well.
That should have been. It should have been said.
Remember in the second one when they finally had the breakdown, and she told him, He said it. He said we made an agreement that we would never talk about it. He didn't want, despite him knowing exactly what happened, it was almost like he never wanted to disrupt Mia's image. Because it's almost like once she said, and I'm sorry I chose him, that fucked him up because he always wanted to see Mia as his perfect wife, no matter what she did.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, if I knew Meech was about to marry a woman who I messed with, and me and that woman kept it a secret, no matter how pure Meech sees his woman, it's the girls, it's a woman's duty as his fiance and soon to be wife, and my duty as his boy to be like, hey, X, Y, and Z it has happened. I don't care how pure you see your wife. Let's not be in Delulu land any longer. And before you make this, we inside. My bad. Before you make a decision to marry this woman, these are the cards that's on the table. Now, however you be mad at me, whatever. I don't want to have no more secrets over. I don't want to have that secret over my head or in my heart. And I'm your boy, and this is going to be your wife, But she can be as pure as she wants to be in your head. At the end of the day, I'm gonna be real and tell you what it is.
No, I agree.
Pure.
And we talking. This is so long ago. Like this is like, come on, it didn't happen yesterday.
Right. And I'm not even sure if did they even have kids.
They didn't even know each other then, right?
No, I'm saying, did they even have no? Well,
did Lance and Mia know each other when Harper? Well, no, they did know each other. They did know each other.
Or was it? I don't.
They wasn't together though, right?
That's a good question. I want to say that they probably knew of each other, but I don't think they were dating.
They knew of each other, but I remember Harper still introduced them to each other.
They all went to college together.
They all went to college, but they only.
But I'm saying what the man is asking was this
okay, when
sexual encounter was this sexual encounter before?
When they messed around, they
were together. They were already together. Lance and Mia together, and Lance was cheating on Mia, and she went to Harper because she was upset at the fact that she found out that Lance was cheating, and so she slept with him as a revenge thing. But it kind of like afterwards they felt bad, so they didn't say anything.
Yeah.
Until he put it in the book.
Yep. Until you put it in the damn book.
Bonkers.
And that's what this dumbass get.
Come on,
Who is Meech tonight, y'all?
Why gotta be a dumbass for writing in the book?
That's what it is.
No, he's a fucking idiot. But put that shit in the goddamn book.
Yeah, it's a number one sell. It's a bestseller.
Right.
He basically put
look at the content.
Basically, he put.
Let me
basically wrote a tell-all.
I ain't never trusting a man that want to kiss me on my frontal lobe like that. You just want to
get my pet draw. Cat Williams talk about his kids all the time, kids in his family all the time, and we don't talk shit about. We don't call Cat Williams a dumbass, except for when you get arrested out of Target. But that's beyond the point.
What the fuck?
I'm done.
Anyway,
we do have one comment before we wrap it up. And it is Mama Cookie. She says, I feel Quentin was for having sex with Shelby when she showed up and he was getting married.
Talk your shit, Mama. Talk your shit.
That was definitely foul. Well, with that being said, we have come to the end of Who's the Villain on UTR's Talk Your Shit. Before we get up out of here, final comments, Heather B.
Thank you, everyone, for tuning in. Thank you so much for your comments, your participation. Again, for anyone who gave us stars, thank you so much for that. Truly appreciate it.
Absolutely.
Make sure that you guys do follow all of our social medias, YouTube, Facebook, TikTok, Instagram. All of our updates will be on there. We will be having a show in the next 2 weeks, so just keep a lookout for that announcement and information. Final thoughts. I think I'll just lead with this. No matter who's telling the story, someone's always going to be a villain in somebody's story, no matter what.
You stole my shit, but it's cool.
So sorry. But that's all I got to say.
Stole my
Okay.
shit too, god damn it.
Well,
Stole everybody's stuff.
tell everybody stuff. Okay.
Yeah.
Uh, okay. Double A.
Yeah. She didn't steal my stuff, but cool.
Uh,
That's right.
I do want to personally thank everyone who always tunes in, who always support, who always tell a friend to tell a friend. It's good to see everybody back in the comments again. My final thoughts are: you're the writer of your own life. You can also be the villain of your own life. You can also be the main character or the antagonizer of your own life. Don't let people live rent free in your life. With that being said, I'll see you on the next show.
Talk your
okay.
shit.
Okay.
See that?
Let me guess, I stole somebody's shit, huh, Gerald?
Nah,
I'm joking. I'm joking.
I was about to say, hey, look, my shit wasn't that good. So
You should have went first.
that shit was good. That shit was amazing. I can't follow that.
Shit, ain't no telling because Meech going next, and ain't no telling what the fuck he gonna say.
Here come the philosopher.
You had up all night, nigga.
I don't.
Go ahead, Mies.
Come on, Socrates.
Right. It should instead of resident asshole, it need to be philosopher of life.
Resident philosopher, for sure.
Woo. Oh Lord. But I'll go ahead and say this for everyone that tuned in to tonight's segment and for staying on for this long with us, just going through the movies and everything. Y'all are the real MVPs for this one. And we appreciate y'all coming in, chopping it up with us and everything. As far as final remarks is concerned, people is always going to be out to paint you a villain in life in some sorts, but what matters is how you basically write your chapter in life. So it doesn't matter what people will paint you as long as you know your worth and what you're aiming towards in life. Their opinions about you being the villain does not matter. And I'll leave it at that.
By the way, Meep said bitch 3 times. You call somebody a hoe 5 times. You call somebody 23 times. Mark this down as a
historic moment. As a historic moment on Talk Your Shit.
There's more moments for that to happen. So stay tuned.
40 is showing out.
42 to 30.
All right.
Bullshit, 60.
With that being said, don't forget to follow us on all of our platforms. YouTube, Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, and far as final remarks,
you're looking for them, huh?
Yeah. Good girls and good boys don't tell. There it is.
Go look again for them. That wasn't it.
It's it for me.
That was wrong. That was wrong.
I love it.
I think that was wrong.
Right. I guess it's on you, Professor.
I will say this. You are the author of your life. Write your story in pencil so you're able to erase some shit. If you write it in pen, do old school. Wipe that shit out. There's always a way to rewrite history and to rewrite your life. And it's okay to be the villain in somebody's story because they definitely gonna be a motherfucking clown in mine. Okay? Understand that. I'm okay with being a villain, and you should be okay too. If life hands you lemons, squeeze that shit in their motherfucking eyes. Don't make lemonade. Fuck that. Squeeze
Make
it in
what?
their eyes.
Make what?
Ice.
Eyes.
I said, if life hands you lemons, squeeze it in people's eyes. Don't make lemonade with it.
Oh
Squeeze it
Squeeze
in
it
their
in.
eyes.
no! I
Yeah,
just
fuck
heard.
that
I just
shit.
heard squeeze eyes. That's all I heard.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like
squeeze
I
it in
I
their
call
eyes.
I called it.
These eyes are crying every night because you put lemon in them.
Absolutely. Um,
go ahead,
just
finish it
remember
off.
to enjoy life. Take day step by step. Love those who love you, and for the rest of them, fuck them. But live life, love, and laugh. I love y'all.
All
We do.
right, put. The professor said, "Fuck them," 3 times.
Don't
Mm-hmm.
forget, squeeze lemon in
In
eyes.
people's eyes.
Y'all never heard me say that before, and
No,
Not that one.
really,
no.
We
Mm-mm.
heard
I've
we
always
heard
said that.
salsa, we had lemonades, we had margaritas. We never
Yeah, I
heard
mean,
no
we've heard
squeezing
it,
my
but we've
eyes.
never heard.
Opinions are like assholes and like
We've never
casual.
heard
You
Okay,
never heard
again.
none of
Ooh, Heather, you
but
got
this
you
one, did y'all ever
hit it
hear
on
this
the
one?
head.
My mama said if you ain't never got nothing nice to say that shit anyways because they need to hear it. I've always said that
We
too.
you said that one
Yeah,
before.
we
Said
heard
that.
that one.
that.
Let's go to the comments, get these last ones out, y'all. We
Yeah.
out of here.
Yeah.
Alrighty. Mama Cookie, she sent a laughing emoji. Taria's in the building. What's
Hey,
up?
Titi.
She says, hi, y'all. Bye, y'all. I came in late.
It's
It's okay. You can always watch it back later.
Appreciate you
And
coming.
Mama Cookie says, I enjoyed you guys as always. Let gratitude be the pillow upon which you kneel to say your prayers. Have a great blessed week. And she also says, may
Thank
God's
you.
favor of blessings rain upon you all. Thank you, Mama Cookie. We love you
Thank
so
you.
much.
Thank you.
And with that being said, we have come to the end of Who's the Villain on UTR Sock Your Shit. And we are out of here. Take care of yourselves and each other. We love y'all.
Bye, y'all.